Wondery Plus subscribers can listen to Crime and Sports early and ad-free right now. Join Wondery Plus in the Wondery app or on Apple Podcasts.
In the depths of an Atlanta forest, a clash between activists and authorities ends in tragedy. I'm Matthew Scher, and on my new podcast, We Came to the Forest, we expose the hidden truths behind a shootout that left one activist dead and countless lives forever changed. Binge all episodes of We Came to the Forest ad-free on Wondery Plus.
Welcome to Crime and Sports.
Yay!
Oh, yay indeed.
We're back.
We are back. My name is James Petrogallo. I'm here with my co-host.
I am Jimmy Wisman.
We have a lot to yay about today. I got to tell you guys. A lot to yay about. A crazy, crazy story of wildness. Not unlike last week's crazy story of wildness with Ron LaFleur.
Ridiculous.
Hope you enjoyed that. The inverted mess of crime.
And I realized, too, how I knew the last name was from Dodgeball.
It
was Vince Vaughn's character in the movie LaFleur.
It turns out I was
Peter LaFleur.
The hockey player, there is a Guy LaFleur. I knew there was one, but spelled different. It doesn't matter. Same thing. Crazy story. If you haven't listened to that, go back to last week and listen to Ron LaFleur, because it's a story kind of unlike any other we've ever heard. It's like some ridiculous TV movie, which it actually was, but it's true. It's
with
crazy.
A twink and a reading guy, and
it's the whole thing's insane. But I hope you guys enjoyed that. Honestly, if you did, I hope you got on iTunes and gave us 5 stars on there. And if you haven't done that, if you did do that, thank you, first of all. Thank you guys so much for the reviews last week. They help us out enormously on the business end. They really do. So when we ask you to do this, it's not just for make us feel good, make us have an ego.
We don't need that.
It helps us on the business. No matter what you can say to us positive, we're still miserable. That's not going to help.
We're still going to be negative.
We're going to hate ourselves anyway. So that's not going to help. But it does help on the business end, just a tremendous amount. So if you could do that, get on iTunes, give us 5 stars. You don't have to say anything crazy. Tell us you're following instructions, following directions, whatever you want to say. It really doesn't matter. It's just the 5 stars on the business end. It drives you up the charts. It's a really big deal. If that's not enough for you, if you love this more than that, and you're like, these guys give me damn near 2 hours of this
so much
every damn week with crazy research and lots of jokes, then you can get on patreon.com/crimeinsports, and you can make a donation to us. There's some cool rewards and that sort of thing on there. Or if you want to make a one-time donation, you're like, I don't want to give you assholes money every month. I want to give you a little bit here.
From time to time.
You can get on PayPal, and you can do a one-time donation on there using our email address, which is crimeinsports@gmail.com. You can do that, and I'm telling you guys drive the show and keep
for real.
You keep it alive and you
amazing.
Keep it going because it's honestly, we don't really make much on anything else off of this show. We don't make a lot on sponsors. We just don't. It's just the way it is. It's just we're not famous or anything like that. Network or not, that doesn't help us. That doesn't make it more lucrative financially for us. So you guys keep it going. You guys are the ones that are in charge of the show because you guys are driving us. So thank you guys. Let's meet our fella this week, shall we? He's a winner too. This guy, boy. That is another story where you're just like the whole time just like asshole. Just God damn it, this son of a bitch. Let's get back into the brain damage sports, as I like to call them. We did baseball, and, we did cricket. Back into the brain damage sports, I like to call them boxing, MMA, wrestling, football. These are the ones where you really get some insane, violent assholes with
cricket,
issues.
The brain damage is in the audience because you have to be nuts to watch that shit.
Yeah, bored or English or something to watch that. I'm not sure.
Or just
which
like
one.
you got fucking, I don't know what the word is because I apparently have it. Dementia.
Dementia. There you go. Yeah, if you can't remember dementia, that's a bad sign, I think, Jimmy. That means you possibly are afflicted, my friend. So let's go to MMA, brain damage sport number 1, honestly. And boxing maybe beats it out slightly, but MMA guys are crazy, as we found.
They sure are.
And they're always a lot of fun for us,
you
anyway. You
gotta be
for a
crazy
show.
to do that shit.
You do. You have to be a little bit crazy, like this fella here, Cody East. Or Cody Terry East is his full name. And full disclosure, I have to say, it took me 2 hours to choose between him and his brother of which guy to do. His brother,
isn't that great?
His brother will have his own episode,
like Michael and Marcus Vick.
This is worse because it's like, God, this is really 50-50. It's hard.
Really,
it's like he's a bigger asshole like this, but oh my, what a bigger asshole here. I'm telling you, I had to decide. This guy's brother will have his own show in the future. We'll do it like early next year or something. But this guy here, what a lunatic. Cody East, known as the Freight Train.
Okay.
In his fighting times, known as the Freight Train. Born June 29th, 1988. The craziness bubbles to the surface. Man. Yeah, he's a younger guy, this guy here. That's we did the 70s. We went back in time. We've kind of come back up in time. We went from like
Dude's still in his 20s.
The 50s to the 70s and 80s, and now we're going to come into today, like a radio station from the 50s through today. Yeah. Now he's
a shit radio station.
That's a shit radio. Just everything.
You never duplicate a song with 50s to today.
It's weird when you hear Kanye and Dion back to back too. You're like, that's super weird. I don't think I.
Earth, Wind, and Fire, followed by Garth Brooks. Coming up at 11 o'clock hour.
11 o'clock. This is the strangest radio station I've ever heard.
What the fuck happened?
The only people that would like this are middle-aged white ladies. They like everything.
I just like all music. You fucking don't.
I like that. Sometimes I want to dance, and then Garth Brooks comes on, and that's okay too. You're like, all right then. So
we got Taylor Swift, followed by Bruce Springsteen, coming up.
Followed by Bruce Springsteen. He's an athlete, Cody East. He's an athlete from the very beginning. Big guy, too. Grows up to be 6'3" or 6'4". It's debated somehow on that. 260 pounds. He's a big, big dude. Yeah. So's his brother. Big heavyweight. Coming up, just an athlete all around. He wrestles in high school. He plays football in high school. In 2004, I found... Good Lord, this is one of those ones where it was a lot of digging on this one to find certain things. I found he's from Albuquerque, New Mexico, is where he's born. He grows up in New Mexico. I found a bracket from a high school wrestling tournament from 2004. Okay. That was not easy to find for some New Mexico state championship tournament. Okay. Wow. Where he was, I think, a sophomore that year. And he lost in a semifinal match that year. He won a couple matches and lost in the semifinals to a guy who eventually came in third. Oh. So that's what happened to him in 2004.
He lost to the bronze medalist.
Apparently so. But he was only in 10th grade at the time. At the same time he's doing this, he's also playing fullback and defensive end on the Los Lunas high school football team at the same time. So he's a big athlete on campus. And like I said, he's a big guy and he's a successful athlete for the most part. Sure. So he's a popular guy. Parties a lot, likes to drink, and with
big fucking jock.
Big jock guy, exactly. Just a very stereotypical deal here. February 2005, Cody wins the Class 5A state wrestling title. Okay. So that's the next year, his junior year.
It's always fascinating to me that guys like him are very loose with the homo F word. You know,
oh, God,
you know what I mean? Yet he's in a fucking tight-ass singlet.
His whole life.
And he is going under legs.
Wrestling, MMA. He's like, I want to grapple with men. Yeah. I want to have balls on my face at some point.
But he will be so fast to call you a fag.
Thin piece of Lycra between us, that's fine. Put your balls right on my face, no problem.
That's the only thing keeping those shits off your chin, bro.
Thin, very...
almost see-through.
It's paper thin. It's paper thin. Otherwise, there's balls on you. Or an ass, or there's lots of stuff, which is fine if that's what you're into. Totally cool.
There's balls on you.
I'm not judging. I'm just saying if you're going to be super fearful, homophobic. God, I don't say homoerotic. I'm like, that's definitely not the right word.
That's exactly what
I need more sleep. If you're definitely, by the way, little explanation here. For our exhaustedness too, like I just couldn't think of
homosexual.
God, Jesus, I still can't think of the word. I couldn't even think of it because we had a crazy long night and we haven't slept at all. And I got married last night.
James got married on like in between courses of meals.
Pretty much. It's like, hey, we're going to get married.
The steaks are done. You guys want some steaks, some shrimp? I got the salad being tossed right now. But I'm going to get married. By the way, there's 11 people at my door.
Yeah.
My mom.
Yeah, they're coming over. We're getting
Sarah's
married.
Sarah's mom's here. So let's just, what do you guys say? Let's just fucking get married.
So we did that, and then after that, I went. She went to bed. Everybody left, and I did small town murder research all night long. So this is crazy. We're committed to this, guys.
Yeah.
We're so damn committed.
Give a
to
shit.
This. We're so damn So you would think he would be not so scared of gays.
Yeah,
you would think
that's
there,
the point.
but he is. He's very scared, terrified, which is hilarious in my opinion. So he wins. This is the 189-pound division.
Yeah,
which is way different than when he's a couple of years from now when he's 260. Jesus. So I mean, he's in high school here. He's a junior. He's 16, 17 years old.
180 pounds in high school is crazy.
190. Yeah,
that's bananas.
He's a big kid, man. He's just playing defensive end for the Tigers football team this year too. He's
can't get
working
past
his way
that
up
fucker.
there. No,
you're not getting past.
He's huge,
him.
and he's crazy, as we'll get into also here.
Yeah.
Friday, September 16th, 2005. Cody has a little bit of trouble at school.
Yeah,
little bit of trouble, nothing much here.
Yeah.
He is arrested. On a Friday morning at
school.
A
little bit of trouble.
A little bit of trouble.
He's when your assignment's late.
Well, that's when you're like sitting in a vice principal's office waiting to hear if you got to do Saturday detention.
Right.
He's hauled away from school in handcuffs.
Holy shit!
On a Friday morning on charges that he allegedly sexually assaulted a 15-year-old girl a couple weeks earlier. A 15-year-old classmate. The police detective, Captain Charles Nuances, says that 17-year-old Cody here was taken in while the team bus, the football team's bus, was leaving for a game in Las Cruces.
They're
yanked
pulling
his ass.
away to head all the way down there, and they pulled him off the bus?
They were getting on the bus, and they were like, whoa, yeah, you're fine.
One
you're
of you
fine.
doesn't go.
Number 28, get your ass off the bus. Let's go, jerk off. So they pull him off the bus. He is being charged with 10 counts of sexual contact of a minor, 4 counts of criminal sexual penetration of a minor, and 1 count of false imprisonment. Even voluntary penetration sounds aggressive, like we've said before. Yeah. Even please penetrate me sounds very
horrible.
Aggressive. When you add criminal and sexual and minor to that, wow, is that a strong? That's a Long Island iced tea. That's a fucking
that's a strong one.
Her dad was pissed. Her dad was the one that called the cops.
You
as a
bet
matter
he
of
was.
fact here. The alleged incident, took place during a party at Cody's parents' home.
Uh-oh.
Cody's parents, as we're going to find out through this, are just as big of assholes as he is, which is why they have 2 complete menace to society fuckhead sons. This is why. Parents like this fucking cause this.
Stop being friends with your kids.
They stop letting them have parties because between him and his brother for years, there's so many party time crimes going on.
Your kid goes to
Ridiculous.
school where there's hundreds of kids to be his friend. He needs a fucking parent.
He
That's
needs
what he
a parent.
needs.
Exactly. Get your ass home. Tell him you
Tell
can
him
have
no.
a party, but
Say
don't
no
buy them
once in a
all
while.
booze and let them do whatever they want.
Don't be the cool parent.
That's the problem here. It was apparently on September 9th of that year, following a Bellin High School versus Los Lunas High School football game. This happened in 2005. According to the police here, the parents of the girl called the police about a week after the alleged incident, and a week later, after doing a little investigating, they pull Cody's ass off the bus and they go, someone's not playing defensive end this week. The police said they interviewed several witnesses, including the alleged victim, and all had very similar stories of the goings on that night. A warrant is issued for his arrest, and there you go. They pull his ass in. He is being held at the time at the Juvenile Detention Center in Albuquerque, and was supposed to make his first appearance in children's court on the next Monday because he's only 17.
Children's court.
17 years old.
Yeah, I know,
children's,
but calling it children's court,
it's
like
silly.
Find a better word, because children's hospital implies like sick kids. You know, like children's court sounds like you're fighting for custody.
Sounds like displaced children that are like, again, little chimney sweep, little chimney sweep Dickens kids, and they're like, "Please, sir, may I have a home?" And they're like, "I don't know, kid," and banging a gavel.
Children's court.
That's
the case that was right before his. Please, sir, may I have a home? No, fuck you. This is next course. Rape. What the fuck is this?
This is a 6'4", 200-pound man raping people at a high school football party. So this is way different.
He walks in with a balloon tied to his wrist, and they're about to fucking try him for rape.
For rape, for actual rape here. A week later, he's indicted. He remains in jail. A week later, he's indicted on 15 counts of sexual assault.
Yeah.
Like we said, the sexual penetration in the first degree, all the other ones. In addition to that, they also throw in a false imprisonment in there for keeping her, which is a 4th-degree felony. So... a lot going on.
That's crazy.
That's a lot of shit popping off. 4 counts
of penetration.
It's a lot of penetration.
He was with her for a long time.
Well, we'll get into exactly what happened here. He pleads not guilty, pleads innocent to all these charges. They're going to set a trial date later. At the time, he is suspended from all sports teams after allegations. Nice. He's in jail. It doesn't matter. He's still sitting in juvie, so suspended or not, he's not playing.
Kind of forced suspension. A
little bit. He spends, from his initial arrest, he spends 36 days in juvenile detention awaiting some sort of resolution for this whole thing. Over a month. Finally, District Judge John Pope grants his release and place Cody on house arrest. Under the terms of his release, he's required to wear a monitoring device.
Sure.
He's not going to school yet, though. They're having him have at-home tutoring also.
Because he's about to be the coolest kid in school with a fucking ankle bracelet.
Well, Jesus. I don't know. He's a rapist, so they might not be like, well, he did rape Sally, but that bracelet's pretty cool.
But with kids, they're probably they're probably like, well, he's out, so he probably didn't do it.
And not only that, kids are assholes, and they're probably just like, fucking Sally's a slut anyway, I heard. I heard she gave fucking Billy a hand job, so I'm sure she fucked him and everybody else. That's how kids, they don't even think oh, maybe she's just over there and didn't want to have sex with this fucking guy.
There was a girl in our school that we called Blumpkin because she gave blowjobs to dudes sitting on the toilet.
Oh,
that's what we called her.
I thought you were going to say sitting on a pumpkin. No. I don't know why you said that. I'm like, where's the umpkin come into? I'm like, why are they sitting on a pumpkin? That's a very specific incident.
Usually while you're taking a shit. That's the blowjob. That's a blowjob while you're dumpkin. I don't know.
I want a pumpkin involved in that in some way, shape, or form. Can someone chew on some pumpkin seeds?
And that's what they called her. And everybody thought it was. And looking back, I thought it was hysterical. Now looking forward, I'm like, I don't want anybody calling my daughter that. That's fucked up.
Yeah.
And God, you know what? God bless her. That's a sweet girl.
No shit. She's making dreams come true. She's making dreams come true, man.
She's so nice.
Yeah, we had a fart girl is what we had in our school. We didn't have that. There was this girl. She was a nice girl, too, and she was new in 11th or 12th grade, and we were at this party, and it was out, wherever the fuck in the woods or somewhere, and we were at this party, and she got sick and was throwing up.
Oh, no.
And just blasted, I'd say an 8-second long fart. That was, because it was
while throwing up?
Yeah, it was like, it was one of those, and it was so aggressive.
Her poor stomach muscles flexed so hard.
Yeah, and it was one of those farts where it didn't happen quick to where people would have turned around and said, where'd that fart come from?
What was that?
It was so long that people had time to go, is that a fart? Really? And look around and go, oh, it's coming from her right now. Holy shit, that's a long fart. And then have it stop. That's a long fart.
That'll earn you fart girl.
And that'll earn you fart girl for the rest of your days in the school. This was like her second week in school, and from then on, poor fart girl. Poor little fart girl.
But again, as the other girl who should have been made a martyr at school and told every day how amazing she is.
You're
all
wonderful.
The guys should have been like, I admire your commitment. Because at some point you're like, you got to be like embarrassed and then stop. But no, she was just like, fuck it.
She couldn't control it. She was like,
I'm just letting it go. Fuck it.
It was coming out as she was like,
she's my hero at this point.
It was impressive, I got to say. It was and it was a hell of a fart. Yeah. It really was. It was good. But
she's trying to get all the poison out of her stomach.
Yeah,
all this
she was
beer,
getting something out of her stomach.
And she expels it everywhere.
Wow, she must have eaten a lot of cheese earlier that day. That's all I know.
I like her.
Fart girl. I wonder whatever happened to Fart girl. I'm not sure.
Fart girl is the shit.
Fart girl. We're gonna find Fart girl. That's my
We're
goal.
Gonna find out what her name is and email her.
I know her name.
All right,
I'm not gonna say it. I know her name, and I'm gonna look her up on Facebook.
Don't say it. She could be a CEO at Wells Fargo or some shit.
I guarantee you she's not. I remember this girl. She is not a CEO of anything at all.
I guarantee you she'd rather be known as Fart Girl than Blumpkin. That was
probably.
They called that to her face. They'd be like, Blumpkin, come here.
But that's doesn't even have a connotation of actual. I didn't even know what it was.
All right, everybody in our school apparently knew because
Fart Girl. There's no mistake
Blumpkin,
in that.
Yeah, that's
she's fucking Fart Girl.
There's no fucking double entendre there. That is one meaning and one meaning only.
Yeah. So what we're trying to say is kids are dicks.
Yeah,
especially teenagers,
fucking
especially
assholes.
to women and to girls.
Oh, they're so mean to girls.
Such assholes.
And it's just because they want to fuck them.
Oh, God,
that's all it is.
That's all it is. They're
because,
shaking with...
And they have no cool about them to just be
There's
fucking...
no game whatsoever there.
To just
to
fucking play it cool.
No.
Be you.
January 15th, 2006. Like I said, he's been tutoring. He's readmitted to school, Cody. Okay, they readmit him. No trial date's been set yet, so it's just floating in the air. The superintendent of schools for Los Lunas, Walter Gibson, said that East had, Cody made up his schoolwork that he missed when he was incarcerated, when he was in tutoring, and he's academically in good standing. And he says, quote, he is innocent until proven guilty. Quite frankly, I can't keep a kid out of school without a good reason.
Jesus.
I don't know, rape? That's a good reason.
I mean, he's a menace.
Hey, look, he is kind of accused of rape, so until that's cleared up, once he's cleared up, then hey, fine. Once it's all, not guilty, then great. Come on back. Even though you probably did it anyway. Still, come on back in. We can't keep you out for that, but there's a rape charge hanging. Whatever. We'll see what happens here.
How many 15-year-old girls you got at that school, sir?
Yeah, that's a good point.
What the fuck?
Yeah, so lots of them.
Let's bring him right back.
No parties for Cody, let's say.
No parties.
But he's going to have parties. He's going to have more parties.
He's going to party like a motherfucker.
You know it. January 22nd, 2006, which is a week later, turns out he's going to have a chance to defend his state wrestling championship after all, because even though he's still wearing an electronic device on his ankle and everything else, he is ready to make his season debut at the Rio Grande Invitational Wrestling Tournament. He's reinstated to sports.
Wow.
I get that you might have to let the kid back into school for an education. You don't have to give him privileges of sports until the rape case is fucking cleared up.
Extracurriculars can be held.
No.
Hold it back. That's fun for him.
It is.
You know what I mean? He gets no fun.
No. Well, guess what? And he's excited about it. And we know so because we have an in their own words about this. In their own words, quote, it's been a long wait. It's been hard because I've done sports my whole life and I've had to sit out. But now I'm back into it, so it's a lot better.
So many mentions of dicks there. Long, hard.
Lot better. Lot. So I'm glad he's happy.
Yeah.
He seems like everything's a lot better. I hope the girl is feeling the same way. I'm not sure. Also, he's reinstated to football also at that point.
I mean, hopefully, at minimum here, it was a mutual agreed upon experience to have sex.
Yes.
And then her dad just found out. Like that's the best case scenario.
That's the best case scenario.
But don't fuck 15-year-olds ever.
Don't do that at all, especially when you're drinking with them at your house. Yeah. Oh God, Jesus, the whole thing is
unless you're 15. You know what? Even then, don't fuck a 15-year-old.
I have a 15-year-old daughter. Stay the fuck away.
Don't fuck 15-year-olds.
Keep your 15-year-old dick away from my daughter. Period. End of story. Done.
Don't
and
fuck
done.
a 15-year-old.
Please don't. I beg of you. That's Crime in Sports' plea to you. Please don't fuck 15-year-olds. Right. That's our next shirt.
And then next year, please don't fuck 16-year-olds.
And then please don't fuck 16-year-olds. And then it peters out around 18.
But please still don't fuck 16-year-olds.
Yeah, please don't. And try to even go up from 18 if you're older, unless you're 18.
I mean, if you're capable, please do.
Yeah, knock yourself out. So, 2006, the Los Lunas football team went 5-6. Not that great that year.
Yeah.
Nationally, they were ranked 5,379th nationally, but 23rd in New Mexico.
That lets you know how the competition is. I
was going to say that tells you in New Mexico why you don't hear a lot of NFL players hailing from New Mexico, because their 23rd is 5,300th nationally. It's
generally overweight Native Americans that live in New Mexico. You know,
is that the population there? That is really sweeping. Not just there's a lot of Native Americans there.
They're
overweight, all of them.
Unathletic.
They all diabetic too, Jimmy? What else? They waiting to scalp you? What's going on?
There's a lot of tomahawk
Have
sharpening.
They been attacking settlers? Has that been the problem? Everybody, my co-host Andrew Jackson here. This is terrific.
It did sound really
Welcome
terrible.
to Crime and Sports. My name is James Petrogal. I'm here with my co-host Andrew Jackson.
Yay! Co-host, right? Terribly inappropriate, Jimmy Westman.
He did not mean it like that, like it sounded. But goddamn, it was it funny.
Better
anyway.
off calling him horrible names.
You would be at that point. Jesus Christ. August of 2006. He's got rape charges dangling.
Okay.
You'd think he's going to keep straight and narrow. He's in high
plan
school.
on it.
He's trying to. No.
A smart kid would.
A smart kid would. A smart kid probably wouldn't be in that position to begin with, but now that he's in it, get your shit together here.
Or ride it fucking out.
Yeah, just be a menace. Just go out and just have like
balls to the wall. Just
do it up, man.
That's me.
That could be, he might be working on that. August of 2006, he's arrested again.
Oh, boy.
This time, it is for a domestic dispute at home, not with a girlfriend or a wife, but instead with his younger brother, Tyler, who is also an MMA fighter. Tyler Beast East is his name. And like I said, we'll be doing an episode on him because he's maybe a bigger asshole than this guy, but I don't think so. I think Cody's the bigger asshole. Okay. He's the older brother. He's had more time to cultivate his assholeness, and I feel like it comes to the surface. It really shows in the end. Proof is in the pudding, you know what I mean? He's put the work in, this guy. He's had the years, the experience.
Good stock.
He's arrested for throwing a wrench at Tyler.
Holy shit.
Threw a wrench at him and during a fight.
How does it accelerate to that?
I don't know. These guys are nuts, and they're probably drinking, too. They drink a ton.
When I was a kid, we fought with things, and we grabbed...
Not a wrench.
That's
hardcore.
That's killing material.
Yeah, so he could kill somebody, but he throws a wrench at this kid, and the cops come, and he also resists officers, too. So now he's a kid being arrested in his own home, trying to fight back against the cops after he hit his younger brother in the head with a fucking wrench. Wow.
Holy shit.
What a mess already. Yeah. And he's not even out of high school yet. And this is already a fucking disaster. Yeah. And it gets worse.
Really?
Oh, this is going to get worse and worse and worse and worse. This guy is a disaster from chapter 1 to the back cover of the back dust jacket thing.
I'm going to go on a limb and say he hasn't even dropped out of high school yet, and he's already got a rape charge. And
he's on his way.
Horrible, I don't know, what do you call that? Attack, abuse?
I guess it's your younger brother. You hit him with a wrench.
It's a psychotic way of attacking your brother.
That's definitely different. Yeah,
Crazy.
I've never attacked my brother with any toolbox level tools at all.
Yeah.
Anything like that.
Something I've actually got to go to the garage for.
Yeah, like, hold on a minute here.
I'll be right back.
Hold on. Oh, where's the 3/4? I got the bigger one here.
I got to leave the room to get what I'm going to beat you with.
That's something here.
And probably the house. He probably had to walk out to the tool shed.
Maybe.
It's bananas.
Yeah, they're kind of white trash. They probably just had tools laying around, I figured, just standing there. So, August 28, 2006. Oh, he graduated in June.
He did graduate.
In June. So, August 28, 2006, he's bored. You know what I mean? This whole time, he's got to fight his brother. Imagine this guy sitting around for a whole summer in the middle of New Mexico somewhere. No. Awful. He is trying to get the court, because he's still got the rape charge hanging. It still hasn't been taken care of yet. He is trying to get the court to allow him to attend a junior college in Irvine, California.
Leaving the state.
Leaving the state, where he would be living off campus.
Yeah.
He's not even supervised there, and he would also have a chance to wrestle on the school's wrestling team.
Yeah.
So that's what he's trying to do here.
But the silver lining is they get him the fuck out of this town.
That's the thing. Can we get rid of this guy? But then, you don't want to be casting your problems off on some other poor, unsuspecting town. I guess during they had a hearing for all this. He's looking for a change of the conditions of his release. The district attorney, Beverly Taylor, told the judge that Cody had violated conditions of his release several times of the at-home release. A juvenile probation officer testified that Cody's electronic monitor had shown he was out of range for several minutes at a time on 4 different days just that month, and that he was reported out of range 2 months ago, too, when his parents said they claimed they took him to a hospital in Albuquerque.
Yeah.
So he's out of range a lot of his monitoring device, and so they're like, why are we going to reward this kid?
The net on that has to be so big, too. Like, to get out of range, you really got to move.
It's a house arrest, so I feel I remember I had a friend in high school who was on house arrest, and like he lived right near like a 7-Eleven, so he could go to the 7-Eleven, but he couldn't go to the back coolers of the 7-Eleven. Like he could only go up by the counter, and
he would be out of range if he went over there?
The candy and chips were like his limit of how far he could go away from his house. Like literally, he's like, I really want a soda, but I'll go to jail if I go get one.
Get arrested for that Pepsi.
I'm going to stick to Reese's Pieces for now, and like that's what he would do. I swear to God, he would ask us,
thirsty.
Can you go get me a soda? Because I can't go back there. And be like, all right. So this kid's an idiot, and he's going out, and he's probably hanging out with his friends, and I'm sure he's drinking.
Of course.
He's a fucking asshole. Back to State District Judge John Pope, the guy from earlier here. He denies the request.
Yeah.
He said, no. I'd like to keep an eye on you here and keep you close. He also said that he's not inclined to reward someone who had violated his own court order.
Yeah.
He's like, I ordered it.
I did.
You didn't listen, and now you're asking me for a favor?
Right.
Go fuck yourself, dude.
You didn't have the decency to ask a different judge? Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, what are we doing here? No, that's the one he got. The judge did agree, though, to consider. He also put in a request east. The judge said he will consider the request to work with his father at an Albuquerque construction company. Okay. Because he wants to go work there, which that's
gainful
fine.
employment.
Yeah, go ahead.
That's
Go
nice.
work, and that's fine.
Trying to better himself.
I'm okay with that. This is within, the judge said he'll rule within the next 30 days, and he does end up letting him work with his dad. Okay. So there's that. both everybody, all the lawyers say the trial's going to be ready to roll in the fall on this one. It doesn't happen until April of 2007.
Spring? Jesus.
So, it's like 2 years removed here. The sexual assault trial begins on April 16th. The prosecutor in the case, Aaron Jordan, he told the jurors in the opening that Cody raped this girl. Yeah. In a very familiar way, too. He used a dresser to barricade the door.
Oh,
we remember
shit.
that from our, I don't even want to say pal, but our one-time covered subject, Eddie Johnson, who was top 5 piece of shit that we've covered.
Yeah, awful guy.
He moved a dresser in front of a bedroom door so he could rape an 8-year-old,
right?
Which got him life in prison, thankfully. This one, no, he does it so you can. So 5 years or 7 years makes a difference between life in prison and you can be on the football team.
Unbelievable.
Apparently, at a girl's age, which either way, just as bad.
So that implies that it was not. It absolutely was not a willing participant.
Usually, I wouldn't be like, hey, let's get it on. Hold on, let me barricade the door. That's not normal behavior.
I've never done that before in my life.
Never.
I've never. Several times. Several.
A few, at least twice. I know for a fact. At least twice, judging by your children there. So, he moved the dresser in front of the bedroom door. The prosecutor said there was nothing consensual about the sex whatsoever. Prosecutor Jordan said, quote, "She didn't consent to any of this. She told the defendant no over and over again." Problem is, at this point, Tyler is up to 220 pounds. He's 6'4". This girl is 4'11".
Oh, Jesus.
This girl is 4'11". So to me, when I look at that doesn't look great right away. You're like, oh, boy. She's saying you forced yourself on her, and it looks like you really could force yourself on her if you wanted to. Like, that is no problem here. So that looks bad right there. But his defense attorney, of course, he got a woman defense attorney because he's not, He's thinking here.
Very, very strategic in his fucking arguments and his kicks.
He is, and he is for his whole life here. His attorney here, Jane Roca de Gandera, said the sex was consensual, and her contention here, and this is why you would get a female attorney to say, not that this is why you'd need a female attorney. They're the same either way in terms of skill level, but a man couldn't say what this woman says in court. A man couldn't say that this girl is a nice church-going girl and made up the rape story to not piss her family off. A male attorney could not stand up in court and fucking say that.
She essentially...
You could, but you'll fuck your client pretty good if you do.
A girl called a girl a slut. That's okay.
He's like, look... she's supposed to be a nice girl, but she's a little hoary and didn't want to tell her parents about it. And it's like, oh, wow, that's quite the defense. That's interesting. Yeah, police.
But a woman says it, and it's okay because they say it all the time. That's slutbag.
Yeah, that's slutbag. Yeah, exactly. They can talk shit about each other, which I guess we talk shit about each other too. True. So I guess we keep it all in house. Let's do this, guys. Make fun of your own, everybody. Make fun of your own.
Keep it on your own side.
Keep it in your own pants. Right. So. Police here in the trial say that they not only claim that he raped her, they say he raped her several times over a several-hour period.
What?
Kept her trapped in the room, preventing her from leaving for several hours, and that's why you get the false imprisonment. And several counts, I assume 4. I assume he probably raped her maybe 4 times based on the number of counts of forcible penetration and all this. So this looks really bad for Cody.
Terrible.
Not looking great so far. I wouldn't want to be in his shoes now. I wouldn't because like we've said, staunch record of non-rape for both of us. It's pretty.
I try to keep that one impeccable. Yeah,
that 1,000.
Every day I wake up and I go, didn't rape anybody again.
I'm the king of non-rape.
Yeah,
I am the king.
I don't know. I'm challenging you. I'm running with you.
No, man. I'll you know what? Let's throw down for the crown. Let's do this shit. Whoever lives longer is going to get it, I think, at that point, because neither of us are
I'm not raping.
Into raping anybody. So this looks bad. They have this goes to the jury.
Yeah.
They come back. Cody is found not guilty. He's acquitted of everything.
What?
Of everything.
They believed that church going, she's a hussy shit.
Apparently so.
Wow.
They believed it. They believed him. He had, he's an upstanding. They did the whole thing with him being a great athlete.
Yeah.
And he's a state champion wrestler. And this is, silly. And literally that's what they did. They did he's such a good kid and he's a good representation of the community. And he's got a big future ahead of him. Why would we want to ruin it with a little rape charge?
Did they find 12 of our past subjects to have on this fucking jury? What happened?
The whole court. It's like the silver-haired, middle-aged entire court that day. Like,
they
what the fuck happened?
They all wagering on what they can make off of him. That's crazy.
Yeah, they were buying stock. It's insane. So July 24th here. So Okay, he's going to calm down now. This is,
He's
good
got
Lord.
to.
He's got to chill the fuck out. That's April 16th, 2007.
Mm-hmm.
He's just graduated. He wasn't even allowed to go off to college.
He just won the lottery, essentially.
He just won the lottery, yeah, because he could have been in deep shit for a long time there. And instead,
holy shit.
Whole life ahead of him. So chill the fuck out.
Yeah.
Go home. Relax. Work with your dad.
Stay away from the beer.
Get a job. Or go enroll in college. Try to wrestle on the team. Do whatever you're doing sports-wise. Whatever. You would imagine that. But instead, on July 24, 2007, he makes bad decisions, this guy, always. He is going to face charges stemming from this night of aggravated assault and child abuse.
Oh, boy.
Following a complete lunatic fucking nutcase rampage at his parents' home during a party.
And child abuse?
Child abuse,
God.
because he's got minors at the party because he's, just
he's
18.
The cool kid.
And he's, he's not that old.
And he beat a rape charge.
And he beat a rape charge.
Awesome.
And he's an athlete, and he's tough, and he's all this shit, and he's throwing wrenches at his little brother, so that's a good guy.
Yeah.
So there's a bunch of people there, underage people, and people from school, and people that are under 18. So now at this point, if you abuse anyone, it's child abuse.
Like on
you're
It's Sunny in Philadelphia, where they
you started it. I'm so proud of you, Jimmy.
Where they do the underage drinking bar.
Yes, it's the best. Yeah. It's like, that's where the that's an untapped market.
Yeah.
It's like, obviously.
We can make so much money this way.
Doesn't that show just take off when Danny DeVito gets on there? Once he comes in the door, you're like, oh,
Season
God.
Season 1 is great, and
it's fine.
It's fun. But once he comes in, they're like, "You're
next level.
Why are you here?" It's like, no, tell me why Danny DeVito's there. I want to know.
Next level with DeVito.
And
He's
it's
the best.
fucking amazing. We're going to the strip club. Why is he always in the strip club?
He's just got money, and he's
a problem.
You'll see some more. He gets worse. It's
I
amazing.
love him.
You'll love that as it goes on. Jimmy's on
Such a
season
great
2 of Always Sunny. So let's all encourage Jimmy. It's beautiful, man. Keep watching. Now, at this party, it's him and a shitload of other people drinking and partying at his parents' house all day on a Tuesday, starting at 9 a.m.
Holy shit.
9 a.m. on a Tuesday.
In
And summer vacation, 9 a.m. on a Tuesday, they have a house full of teenagers that are drunk and drinking from 9 a.m. on. This is not going to end well.
No.
Obviously, this isn't going to end well. Once the afternoon comes around, a fight breaks out.
Of course.
Between some girls here. There's some girls that are already at the party that are drunk and hammered. And
Can't
some girls
handle their booze.
Well, shit, yeah. Most teenagers
15.
can't. Yeah, they don't know. They don't have a tolerance yet.
Yeah.
Apparently, some other girls came in that these drunk girls had beef with.
Oh, God.
And they were like, oh, there's Becky and Susie. And they're going to go over there and kick their ass. So they started getting into a fracas. Cody gets pissed off at one of the groups. We're not sure exactly which one of these groups, but he gets super mad and just starts raging around the house, yelling and screaming at the girls, breaking windows and doors.
In his own house.
Breaking doors out and busting windows in his own parents' house.
Oh, my God.
Going batshit, right?
Misplaced rage.
I would say, but then he places it after that. He's misplaced for a moment. He's like, window, door. Oh, no, I want to beat up 15-year-old girls instead.
Oh, God.
So he goes over, and this is amazing. It's not nice,
amazing,
but it's funny. He hip tosses. He hip tosses several 14 to 15-year-old girls.
What?
He's hip tossing teenage girls.
That's where you arm wrap and then you
kind of
throw
them
them over your shoulder.
Yeah, like a hip. Yeah. That's a hip toss.
And you throw them around you.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
He is hip tossing.
Several.
No, that's like an arm drag, is what you're thinking. A hip toss is like guy standing. You're both standing facing the same direction. You lock your arm under and do that, and he
flips over.
Yeah, flips over.
Oh my
He's
God!
Hip tossing several 14 to 15-year-old girls, while also he'd like hip toss a couple, kick a door out, hip toss another
Wow.
one. That's what he was doing. I don't know if he was practicing that move or what.
Are they all just lined up and they're just like, my turn, my turn?
I don't know. I
how
think
do
they're
you
just in shock.
run
What the
over
fuck
and
happened
grab one?
to What happened to Cody? What is
Yeah.
going on, man? Cody sounds like a little pussy name. He's freaking out. Why, Cody? Why? During this alleged insanity, he breaks a couple noses.
Oh, boy.
One of the girls gets a broken arm. And then he also attacks his own mother and father.
Oh, my God.
His own mother and father he starts beating up.
Oh, my God.
He pushed his mother, knocked her over. He's a kid. Jesus Christ. Wait till you hear what he did to his dad, too, which is insane. This is fucking nuts already. And he's barely legal. And it's already insane.
How are the cops not here yet, too?
Once again, not a fight yet. No sports yet coming
nothing.
this. He wrestled a little
Nothing
in high school.
professional yet.
And he's already a mess.
Holy
and
shit.
It's going to continue all the way through. So anyway, he is accused of beating as many as 9 people during this. 9 fucking people. He just went around beating up everybody and doors and windows. So you figure his parents are 2 of them.
Yeah.
So that's 7 other people at the party.
7 15-year-old girls. Like, how do you as a 15-year-old girl see him hip toss one and then be like, I got this one. I'll get him.
Like
Don't worry.
ninjas in a kung fu movie. It's my turn to get beat up now. I'll get in there.
And then she flies, and then another one's like, listen, he's probably tired now. I got him.
What 15-year-old girls are going over to his house?
Yeah.
Be like, stay the fuck away from that
6 foot
house.
something dude that's giant.
I've been accused of raping a 15-year-old girl. I'd be like, I don't want to.
I'm 15.
No, this isn't going to work. So 9 people. It's an all-day drinking party, which is crazy. Wow. The broken arm, broken noses, and also, too, Cody broke his... I keep wanting to call him Tyler because his brother's name is Tyler, and I read a lot about him. So he also broke his hand in 3 places.
Tyler did?
Cody.
Oh, Cody.
Cody,
okay.
yeah. No, Tyler's not involved in this.
He broke his hand in 3 places on
doors, windows, and teenage girls.
Holy Christ.
And his father.
And his father.
And his father. And let's get into the father thing here. Valencia County Sheriff Detective Aaron Jones said, wow, quote, we understand he kicked his father twice and stomped him in the head. While his dad was down begging for mercy, he evidently kept stomping him.
Wow.
So... yeah.
Picture that as a parent, that you're trying to beg for mercy from your
own child, who's a giant monster.
Who's pummeling you with his feet.
Because I figure he's breaking shit. The parents are like, what the fuck? He starts hip-tossing 14-year-olds. And then the dad probably came in and went, Cody, calm the shit down. And then he starts attacking him and he's stomping his head. You know the kind of aggression you have to stomp someone's head? You know how dangerous that fucking is to stomp a head?
Fucking fracture a skull and kill somebody.
It's frightening as shit. So somebody calls the cops, thankfully. Cops arrive.
Yeah.
When they arrive, Cody isn't like standing on the front yard like with his hands up waiting to be taken into custody. He is Jesus Christ. He is instead holding a knife out, not wanting to be taken.
Of course.
He's got a knife now.
I picture the cops to kill him.
I picture the scene, too. They show up. There is 14-year-old girls lying all over the floor, moaning, holding their bloody noses, going, oh, God. The father's like, the parents are trying to get themselves together, and he's in the middle with a knife. You have to show up and go,
what the fuck?
I should have taken the postal exam. This is ridiculous.
Yeah.
I should have got a different fucking job.
I should have gone to college for sure.
What is happening here?
Why am I here right now? How did I find myself here?
Wrong civil service test I took is what happened here. What the fuck is going on here? What he did was... he sat there with the knife for a while. They talked to him, and this tells you that he's a white kid in New Mexico. The fact that he is
not shot,
beating up a bunch of people and is threatening officers with a knife, and they're like, "Hey, Cody, calm down.
Cody, put the goddamn knife down."
If
Cody.
his name was Jamal and not Cody, I don't think.
They didn't even show up with tasers or guns out.
They're like, it's a Cody. We're good, guys.
We're good.
Code Cody. We're fine. That's what they call it. A white kid acting a fool. Code Cody.
Hilarious.
It's fine. He told the officers, too, that he wanted them to kill him.
Yeah.
He said he wants the deputies to kill him. Officers had to draw their weapons and not kill him, but eventually kind of get him to calm down with their weapons
aimed
out.
At the floor, though. They're just like, look, Cody, it's out.
Look, Cody,
the gun's out.
Look, I'm taking the clip out. I don't want any accidents, but listen, Cody.
No
calm
magazine.
down.
There's nothing in the chamber. Listen, Cody. Just put the knife down.
Just put the knife down. So then they're
mac
trying.
And cheese.
Yeah, it's going to be fine, Cody. Everything. Get some mac and cheese. We'll get you some cookies, Cody. Everything's going to be good. And
get chocolate milk, Cody. Chocolate milk.
Yeah, come on. Get Cody chocolate milk.
Nilla wafers. No Nilla wafers.
Cody's thirsty.
Hates those.
He's thirsty. Damn it.
He's a peanut allergy. Put
those.
the peanuts away.
He hates Nilla wafers.
He hates Nilla.
He likes graham crackers. Get him graham crackers. He dips them in the milk.
What the fuck?
It's wonderful. He's telling him that he wanted the deputies to shoot and kill him.
Yeah.
The whole deal. He basically goes nuts. They have trouble subduing him also because he's a big, giant, drunken lunatic, and he has recently started practicing cage fighting a little bit also. So he's got a couple of moves, which is where the hip toss came from. Because I don't think that's legal in amateur high school wrestling.
Right.
I don't think you can hip toss someone or jump from the top rope. I think those are both banned at that point.
and fucking MMA shit.
Both of those are banned at that point here. East has to be, I keep saying wow, and I'm going to keep saying it over the course because it's crazy. He has to be wheeled away from his home while handcuffed to a gurney like Hannibal fucking Lecter.
Shit.
They had to Lecter this guy. Like I said, imagine the carnage behind him, these girls holding their noses and all that. He's being taken away on a gurney.
Two people have to be with him.
Wow.
One to hold him and one to push the fucking gurney.
This is a scene,
it's
man,
crazy.
right here. They take him he's going to be placed on mental health observation at Valencia County Jail. Probably wise, I think. He's, you know.
It's a bit nuts. It doesn't seem like normal behavior.
That's odd. We'll call it aberrant. It's aberrant behavior. Not great.
Reckless.
Reckless. So his parents here also, his mom Dolly and the husband Terry here, the mother and father, may also be facing charges, including providing alcohol to minors.
Contributing to the delinquency.
Fuck else would you get booze at 9 o'clock on a Tuesday morning while your parents are home? And what the fuck are they doing home at 9 o'clock on a Tuesday morning? Go do some. One of you go to work. Maybe Terry was at work and then he came home. We'll see. Police say that Dolly. This is the other thing. She didn't just go out and was like, "Here, I got you guys 2 cases of beer. Leave me alone." Dolly, the mother, took several of the girls with her to the store to pick out the alcohol for the party.
Which kinds do you ladies like?
Let's come an alcohol run, guys. Yeah. How pathetic are these fucking parents?
I don't want to get you something you guys don't like, so come with me.
How pathetic are these parents that they need to...
How do they not have any friends? They need so much
that
appreciation.
Enabling.
Yeah.
And we've all been there, too. We all know that family that was like, the parents are too hangouty with the kids, and it was all kind of loosey-goosey over there.
The worst.
Everyone's allowed to smoke in the house. Yeah. And people are like, they let teenagers drink. And you're like, those kids, it never works out well for them. Ever.
Never.
They are doing roofing. Yeah. In a hot climate in 10 years. Within the next 10 years. They're doing fucking roofing.
It never ends.
And I'm sorry if you're a roofer, but you know that job sucks.
It wasn't your first pick.
No, if you had any ambition, you would fucking move indoors at least. Put it that way.
Any ambition.
Any ambition. Just something to get off the fucking roof. Because you won't even make more working inside. You might make more on the roof, but
just
Jesus,
won't have
some
skin
self-respect.
cancer.
Not only that, you won't be covered in tar all the time. You don't have to be covered in tar. What is wrong with you? Don't know where that came from.
At least be able to bang your wife when you get home without taking a shower. You know, the first thing you do when you walk in the door, she's like, shower.
Hold on, I got to scrape tar off of me. Hold on one second here. Now, so she does that, and apparently Terry, the father, also Cody's middle name here, Terry. At least they didn't make him a junior. They could have really ruined his life, but they instead just acted like assholes. And
at least they saved his life by giving him Cody.
That's true.
He would for sure be dead if it was anything else.
No, if his name was Tyrone, he'd be dead as fuck right now. Dead as shit. They would have been like, there's a Tyrone, everybody get the shotgun.
Even Tyrell, it's an old cowboy named Tyrell, but they would show up and be like, Tyrell, just in case, lock and loaded, boys. You see a knife, I don't care. He could be light-skinned. Hit him.
You never know now. You never know. Luckily for Cody, he's excessively white. Really, really white and bald.
With a crew cut.
Yeah. So Terry East, the father, apparently allegedly served liquor to several girls at the party. He was going around like making drinks for them.
Fucking jerk.
So they're like, you host a party, we'll go out get booze, I'll go around and serve. Like, what the fuck is going on?
I will fuck a parent up for getting my daughter drunk.
This is ridiculous, man.
I'll ruin you.
And that's the thing. They're not 18, 19-year-old girls. They're 14, 15-year-old high school girls. These parents should have been like, hey, Tyler, guess what, dickhead? You're 18 years old.
Right.
Get a fucking job. Yeah. Get out of the fucking house. Find a place to go for college since you've been acquitted of this horse shit.
You mean Cody?
Cody. Yes. So I call him Tyler again?
Yeah. I was like, wait, what did Tyler do now?
Listen, Cody, you Tyler impersonating cocksucker. You get your shit together. You get out there, you get a fucking job. Do something with yourself. Go to college. Stop hanging. You realize you were accused of raping a 15-year-old girl. You know how you could not be accused of raping more? By not hanging out with 15-year-old girls. Stay the fuck away from 15-year-old girls. Wednesday, July...
Also, who's cool when they hang out with a 15-year-old when they're 18?
Nobody.
That's disgusting.
I don't know what he was thinking. He just wanted girls that looked up to him, apparently. It's easier the younger they are, probably. The older ones are like, you're an asshole. Like, they've gotten to that point already where they're like, I don't think...
scumbag.
Fuck you, dude.
Didn't you try to fuck a 15-year-old?
Yeah, didn't you several times?
Weren't you accused of that?
A dresser involved? Yeah. So the next day, July 25th of 2007, Cody is released from the 72-hour mental evaluation hold. I guess they figure out that he's not a danger to himself or others. He was just drunk and acting a fool. He's booked into the Valencia County Detention Center that day. Also, August 1st, a week later, 2007, Terry and Dolly, his parents, are arrested for their part in the alcohol.
Good.
So good good for them. They get fucking arrested. They charged that they served and bought alcohol for the teenagers and let them do whatever they wanted, and it didn't matter. Now, August 15th, a grand jury charges his parents. They indict him on charges of giving or selling liquor to minors, child abuse, and contributing to the delinquency of a minor. They plead not guilty to the charges, but they both remain in custody on $50,000 cash bonds they can't get at the moment. Now, Cody, for his part, scheduled to appear for arraignment before District Judge John Pope, his old buddy again, while Dolly's going to be arraigned later on in the week. Isn't that cute? The family that gets arraigned together stays together. Isn't that nice?
What a week for that judge,
Everybody,
too.
Come on. Can we get a picture? Yeah. Can someone take a picture of all of us? Because you don't get arraigned in the same week a lot. Everybody, come on. Get in here, Cody.
The last time we did a picture
Terry,
like this.
you'll be arrested, sir. Tyler, you'll be arrested soon. Come on in, pal.
The last time we did a picture like this, it was at one of those old West towns. Remember when you were behind the bars and stuff? This is for real. This is the good one.
Let's all get back there. Come on, guys.
This commemoration is very... Can you make it look really old?
Can I get a cowboy hat?
Can you do a filter where it looks really old?
Can you sepia it up a little bit? No.
Hilarious. Is there a wanted that you can put over the top?
Just something. Cody's charges, he pleads not guilty to charges of aggravated battery, child abuse contributing to the delinquency of a minor, aggravated battery on a household member for his dad. Also charged with another aggravated battery count in connection with a completely separate incident, which we'll talk about, another asshole incident that he did. He's a menace, this fucking guy. And he's probably going to kill us. So this is one of those frightening ones where I'm like, God, I hope he never is in town with me, and I'm staying the fuck away from New Mexico because this guy's crazy. And his brother. They're going to kill us both. That's the thing.
And as Dad's sitting in jail right now, he's going, if he wouldn't have freaked the fuck out, everything would be fine.
Everything's fine.
He can't handle his booze.
Can't handle his
booze.
That's the problem.
Asshole.
We raised him poorly.
Yeah.
Now, December of 2007, December 20th, he is still in jail, Cody, by the way.
Sweet Pete.
From July.
Wow.
Still away. They don't want to let him out.
6 months.
Yeah, he petitions a court to lower the bond or be released with electronic monitoring, something like that.
Yeah.
His parents are there, which I'd be like, I don't need your help, guys.
Yeah.
You're fuck-ups enough here.
Yeah.
They were there free on bond to see his whole thing here. District Judge John Pope again. The Pope is deciding.
This John Pope.
Black smoke coming out of his chamber when he's done.
He goes home and tells his wife everything. Can you believe this fucking family?
This asshole, boy. These East assholes.
This whole family is fucking... They suck so bad.
I'm keeping an eye on the little brother, too. I don't trust him. I know he got hit in the head with a wrench, but still... Pope says, I don't think so, asshole, does not lower bond or release on electronic monitoring, saying he needs more information, particularly on Cody's mental state.
Yeah.
He's like, I'd like him to be fully evaluated before I start letting him out walking around the streets. He said he might be open to changing Cody's conditions of release at some point in the future, but for now, take a seat, asshole.
Yeah.
Let's calm down here.
Let's have a nice time out.
Yeah. Now, they do let him out here very soon, and they let him out in time for early 2008 for him to get arrested again for beating up a friend of his at a big drinking party in Tomei Hill.
This is crazy.
So he's just, stop drinking.
Why is he even touching booze?
Why does anyone want to hang out with this fucking guy?
How does he have friends?
That's the thing. Yeah, like, I don't drink with Cody.
No.
Jesus, he's dangerous.
You usually make friends at that age by drinking with them.
No,
how do you drink with a guy and be like, this is definitely somebody I want to hang out with?
He's cool, dude. Cody's a cool guy.
What a fucking menace. He's a psycho.
Early April 2008, Dolly East, his mother, pleads no contest in 2 fourth-degree felony counts of giving alcohol or selling alcohol to minors, and several counts, including 3 counts of child abuse, that they dismissed as part of the agreement. So she just pleads no contest to the fourth-degree felony counts of giving or selling alcohol to minors. Now she's got a felony on her record. Now, April 18th, 2008, he has been, this is a mountain of shit so far, and he's still in the shit. And now he's, like I said, got arrested again for the drinking party. He's free on $100,000 bond and awaiting trial on assault charges here for the whole July incident with the hip-tossing young girls. But it doesn't matter because Alberto Leon, who's the chairman of the New Mexico Athletic Commission, said that Cody's license application for MMA fighting in the state was approved unanimously at their April meeting.
More than one person.
Unanimously. He said, quote, there were some discussions held in an executive session because they pertain to attorney-client privilege, but as far as the discussion that took place in the public meeting, there were no reservations. East was admonished, as all of our licensees are, to comply with our rules. Just, it's cool if you...
Don't do it again.
Don't do it again. Oh, if you get convicted, whatever. This is just like we've convened a panel of silver-haired middle-aged white men. Unanimous.
So
no one disagreed
Not
either.
One.
He said that he has not been convicted of a crime, so he has no grounds to deny him a license, which makes sense. But you think you'd be able to say, let's see how that assault case works out, and then we'll talk about a license.
Hey, guys, he's been in jail a lot. He's been in courtrooms a lot.
Shitload.
How about where there's smoke, there's fire?
Maybe. Maybe we don't need him.
I mean, the Bill Cosby thing, after like 6 or 7 girls, you're
it's
just like,
a little ridiculous here.
They all have the same story.
Yeah. This Leon said, quote, the guiding principle was twofold. Number one, the limitations under our rules as to the things we can take into account in granting a license. Number two, the fact that East has not been proven guilty or convicted of any crime whatsoever. He said his manager, Tom Vaughn, who's Cody's fighting manager here, says that he is, quote, championship material in the octagon. So, look.
In beer pong octagon, Jesus.
Silver, baby.
Yeah,
I'm going to get you out of trouble.
Jesus.
He said, and he also says that Cody's behavior outside of the ring has been exemplary in the 3 months they've worked together. He hasn't gotten arrested for literally 3 months, and he's like, he's been fantastic.
You guys, he broke his hand in 3 places and still knocked his dad out. This is championship material.
Yeah, no shit. Vaughn,
he's a fucking warrior.
He can do it. Vaughn continued, quote, he's a great athlete, but it's not worth it to me if he's not going to show character as well. Right. This guy's showing character. He says, quote, I don't want to give the impression that I don't care about what he did, because I do, but he's 19 years old, and so it's kind of a slippery slope when you start condemning someone for life at 19.
I don't want to give the idea that I don't care, but I fucking don't.
But I think he's championship material, so that's really what's important here.
There's so many I don't want to be racist but statements going on. This is ridiculous.
Leon, the head of the board that gave him the license, said, quote, he was very articulate and everything went smoothly. Vaughn is the coach. He says, quote, Vaughn is a highly respected and regarded manager and trainer in that discipline, and that was also very important to us. So he's got himself a nice, literally a silver-haired middle-aged white man came in and said, he's with me now, and he's good now. And they said, he's good now, okay. Good now. We gave him the silver gavel came out, and bang, bang.
No more 15-year-old girls. No more.
No
we
more.
Got him.
So he's doing so well. He's so good now that on May 31st, 2008, he is fighting his first fight at the UTE Mountain Casino in Towaoc, Colorado. Towaoc? How the fuck do you say that? Towaoc. Towaoc, Colorado. It is at King of the Cage. We talked about this company several times. This particular show is called Smashing Machine.
Oh boy,
which sounds like it's translated from Russian.
It sounds sounds like Robot Wars. Bot Wars.
Exactly. Yeah. He's fighting Blair Silversmith, who
is a pussy because his name's Blair.
Blair. Well, you know what, too, and let's dispel any drama to this fight. Whatever. Blair's career record turns out to be 0-1, so we know what happened in this fight. Probably because he loses his fight by knockout with punches in 56 seconds of round 1. So
this isn't for me.
Blair is like, I made a huge mistake. I fucked up bad here. Just a giant.
How dare I think this was my career?
Giant miscalculation. I got other shit to do here. I'm gonna go. Cody, does your dad need more help on the construction site? Because I'll do roofing. I don't give a shit.
I can turn a wrench.
Jesus Christ. So July 2nd, 2008, a couple months later, his trial begins. There's a testimony from a neighbor of these teenage girls who were at the party, and they testified as to what happened. Neighbors, some of the teenage girls, everybody's testifying. They all testified to the fracas and the melee that we have talked about. Finally, on July 3rd, 2008, there's a verdict on this whole thing. The jury returns its verdict at 7:30 at night, so they stayed for the day, 4 hours of deliberation. All day event. This jury finds Cody guilty of child abuse, but acquits him on battery counts of his dad, because I have a feeling his dad said, no,
drop
it's
the
fine.
charges.
Well, I wasn't up to his dad,
okay.
but I feel like his dad could go up there and go, that part wasn't true. I didn't that, then what's the jury going to do?
Yeah.
So, but the child abuse, he's guilty on that. They found him not guilty of the battery, 1 count of aggravated battery on a household member, and deadlocked on 1 charge of aggravated battery with great bodily harm, which that'll get retried. We'll talk about that charge. Like I said, he faces a maximum of 10 years in prison on sentencing for this. So that's
so deep. And he just started fighting.
That's, 1 fight he's had. He beat the shit out of a guy, retired him.
Yeah.
Retired a guy right away.
Ended a guy's career.
Ended it. Sentencing date not set yet. It'll happen. The judge sets a $100,000 bond until sentencing with 2 conditions. Cody is not to contact any trial witnesses and don't break any other fucking laws, you idiot.
Stay away from 15-year-olds.
Later that night, that same exact night, Cody's at a house party in Albuquerque.
What the fuck?
Drinking it up.
What are you celebrating, asshole?
Drinking it up. First of all, you're breaking one law. You're underage right away. You're drinking. You shouldn't be at a house party. You fucking know better. Complete idiot.
And there's 15-year-olds everywhere.
Everywhere. At this house party, it's on Gennaro Southwest in Albuquerque. That's the street. He is stabbed at this house party.
Holy shit.
So he gets in some kind of fracas with somebody and is stabbed. Nothing serious, but he's stabbed. Yeah. It's 2 minor stab wounds he has at this party. That's that night. Wild. July 11th, 2008, the district attorney, Lemuel Martinez, wants his bond revoked because of this whole thing. He said he's calling Cody a danger to society and saying he should be locked up. And he says just the reports of the booze should get him locked up. Yeah. He's not supposed to be doing that. No. You said obey all laws. He's not obeying that law. So, no. We're still in July. His father... in July, that Terry pleads no contest to 1 count of contributing to the delinquency of a minor, and he is placed on 18 months probation. Ooh. His father, Terry. If he completes probation, it's a felony. If he completes the probation without any incident, it'll be expunged from his record. So Terry can be fined there, the father. Now, July 17th, 2008. Cody ordered back to jail. Jesus. He's the gift that keeps on giving, this guy.
Really
I swear
is.
to God. He goes back to jail after violating conditions of his release by drinking at a pair of parties, because there was another party that we'll talk about here. Officers from the probation and parole and the Albuquerque Police Department told Judge Pope. Judge Pope is ruling over this again. This Judge Pope,
is he the only judge in Albuquerque?
That's it. He's just that's your judge,
yeah.
buddy. They told this Judge Pope that Cody admitted to drinking at least on 2 occasions, including the Albuquerque a night in Albuquerque where he and his brother Tyler were hanging out. No wrenches involved, but they were drinking a shitload of beer and shots of hard liquor.
Fuck.
Don't give this guy liquor.
No.
Like keep the tequila
just
away from this guy.
No booze, no beer, nothing.
Yeah, this is crazy. Also, too, part of the revocation was the police reported that he'd been stabbed while drinking at the party that we talked about.
You ever been stabbed?
Yes.
I have a stab wound scar on my back where I got hit with one. That is I blew up my hand before. I've had so much traumatic experiences in my life. That is the most... I know, that's the most white trash statement I've ever said. But I got stabbed in the back once, and that is the most panicked I've ever been. Because, like, you see movies and stuff where there's so much stuff exposed right there. There's no rib cage right there.
You're like,
And I got hit in the back, and I've never panicked more. There's blood running down my back, and I think I'm dying. And he got stabbed twice.
I feel like he wasn't panicking, though.
He was probably quite drunk.
Probably angry and hip-tossed somebody.
I'll kill that guy. I'm going to kill that guy.
He just hip-tossed a woman in response
fucking terrifying to be stabbed.
Yeah. Well, July, speaking of terrifying, his mom Dolly's in court here on July 23rd, 2008. And another judge here, William Sanchez, imposes a sentence of 3 years probation for her.
Jesus.
Yeah, this is,
because she took him to the store to buy it.
Yeah, but we'll get into his sentence in a second here. But the judge said that if he could have, he would have given her the same sentence as the son. Like, you are just as fucking responsible.
Oh, shit.
That's what he said. If that was possible, I would do it. Now, October 22nd, 2008, a couple months later, now we have a trial for Jesus Christ. Remember I said he had an unrelated charge of assault?
Yeah.
Well, here it is. He's on trial for breaking the ankle of a friend of his at a drinking party on purpose. And,
how do you break an ankle on purpose?
Snapped it while he was the victim. This guy, his name is Ramon Sanchez. He testifies. This is a 2-day trial. This is a big party. There's like 40 kids drinking at a party here. And he testifies, the alleged victim here, is that as it was going on late in the evening, as things tend to do, as people get drunker, a bunch of people began to fight.
Yeesh.
Whole bunch of people, a little melee breaks out as sometimes happens at drinking parties. And he tried to break up this fight between two girls. So Sanchez is trying to calm Cody down.
Yeah.
Cody is arguing. There's two girls that are fighting. Cody's in the middle of this whole shit. So Sanchez comes
always
over.
With the fucking girls.
Always with the girls. I don't understand it. He doesn't fight a lot of men here except in the ring.
Yeah.
Out of the ring, I'm women only, pal.
Fuck,
Come
15
on.
and under.
That's it. So as Ramon Sanchez tries to come over and break it up, he says Cody completely attacked him and got him on the ground and put him in some kind of move because he's been doing MMA and snapped his fucking ankle.
Unbelievable.
Like a lunatic.
He didn't tap.
He didn't tap. No, he didn't tap fast enough. The jury deliberates for an hour before returning their verdict, so that's just paperwork. He is convicted on one count of misdemeanor battery in connection with the ankle breaking. Misdemeanor. He's found guilty of another count of misdemeanor battery, but he was acquitted of the felony aggravated battery and child abuse charges.
Wow.
So lucky. How lucky can you fucking get with this kid?
That jury loved him.
He should be in prison 6 times over already, and they just keep letting him go. He could spend a year in jail for this when he's awaiting sentencing, because he's still awaiting the other sentencing too. He's got a couple of convictions hanging over him. Wow. November 6, 2008. Let's have a retrial. Why don't we, from that last acquittal, or that last deadlocked? He has a retrial for aggravated battery with great bodily harm. This is for the drinking party. This is one of the girls. This is the broken arm girl, one of the hip tosses. Her name's Sally Apodaca. Her arm was broken. She told police and the court that Cody invited her over, and they drank all day. And then once these girls started arguing, he became angry and just started going off on everybody.
Drinking all day. What's going on in Albuquerque?
I have no clue. Fucking get it together in New Mexico.
How do you drink all day in your teenage
Christ.
years?
And give it to give liquor to children.
Yeah. At some point, pass out, would you? What the fuck?
No, 15-year-old girls going strong all day.
They go hard.
Yeah.
For sure.
Apparently, Sally tried to get in the middle of it and, say, calm down, do your thing. And he threw her to the ground and broke her arm for her troubles. They showed the x-rays to the jurors and all that sort of thing. And so the jury comes back and they acquit him of one count of aggravated battery with great bodily harm for breaking the arm.
Broke somebody's arm.
How? I don't know. A bunch of witnesses saw it. She said it. There's x-rays, and they go, nah.
Not him.
Could have happened at another point.
Not that guy.
Yeah, there was a kind of a fracas, so it could have happened at another point. Probably caused by him.
I can't imagine it was him.
Wow.
Jesus.
Unreal. So December 19th, 2008 is sentencing for a bunch of this shit. He apologizes to the court. And he apologizes to the people he's hurt. He admitted he's had an alcohol problem for years, and that's his main issue. District Judge, our buddy John Pope here.
He's back.
Johnny Pope is
Where
back.
Where the fuck? And you know what? In his defense,
he should take Cody out for ice cream at this point. They've had this
they know each other
mentor
so well.
relationship. I've known him since he was just a kid.
In his defense, maybe they're just like, you're going to be that guy's fucking judge forever because he's just going to come back.
Look, stick
keep
with him.
Giving
okay?
him to Pope. Pope will handle it.
Pope knows what he's doing.
Pope's got it.
Pope's got him covered. So, District Judge John Pope sentences Cody to 9 years in prison.
Holy shit!
You, sir, may fuck off.
For sure.
A good one. But he suspends all but 3.
What?
6 of it suspended in case he fucks up again. He can tack more on.
Oh my God.
Whatever. But so he sentences him basically to 3 years in jail.
So that's like just in case you fuck up, we can keep society safe. But I just gave you a sentence that I could keep society safe.
But let's get, it was ridiculous. Also, too, Cody's already served more than 8 months in jail, which will be counted toward that.
Okay.
So he's got, a little over 2 years to do here. So, and this is fine. Not bad. He's been rolling the dice for a while here. He's been hitting 7s all the time. He finally fucked up. I mean, that's It's not too bad here.
Finally with the snake eyes. Jesus.
Finally. So he goes to jail.
Yeah.
He stays there. This is in 2008. He is in jail until January 2010 when he, by the way, what's he had? One fight so far?
Fucking
One fight.
I mean, unless you count the 15-year-old.
Well, he's had a lot of fights, but
he's really fighting
ones
it
he
out.
actually been paid for or actually count for something.
Rewarded for.
Cody is given probation and parole supervision in Albuquerque, so he's let out for that on probation, on parole, August 2010. So he's out. January 2010, he's out.
Yeah.
Free man. Do your thing. He's on probation and parole, but he's still like there. So August 2010, you'd imagine he's going to stay on the straight and narrow and be fine.
And
No.
8 months later.
No, he is arrested and charged with probation and parole violations for pending charges, including assault on a household member and criminal damage to property of a household member.
If his family's
Domestic
not
violence.
safe, who the fuck is?
Domestic fucking violence here.
Wow.
And this is with a woman, I'm pretty sure. This is with a girlfriend.
Okay.
This is not his family. He pleads not guilty to both charges. Eventually, the state decides not to proceed with the prosecution. She might have said, I'm not cooperating anymore, which happens in a lot of domestic violence. Yeah. So... But it's okay because his parole is revoked and they shit can him back to jail for a little while.
Just for having the problem.
Let's calm down, As. Yeah, you shouldn't have any issues. You
Right.
should be the most upstanding
There
son of a
shouldn't
bitch
be any,
on earth.
any opportunity for gray
Nope.
area, nothing blurry.
You should be doing fantastic.
Crystal clear.
Crystal clear.
Fantastic.
Sorry.
Every day's better than yesterday.
Fucking celebrate life every day. So December 2010.
So many graham crackers.
So many. December 2010. A couple months later, he's released again under new supervision, and the new charges the violations of parole and probation are dismissed. October 2011, his parole expires, but probation status will continue on for a few more years. But parole expires. He's ready to go. He can leave the state and shit like that. He can go all the way to Lubbock, Texas.
Oh, boy.
On November 11,
Jesus, what a
2011. Oof, the Garden Center of America. November 11, 2011 for SF21, which stands for Shark Fights 21.
Jesus.
Which is a stupid shit name for an MMA card.
He hasn't fought in anything that sounds great
No,
yet.
no, he won't for a while.
All right.
This is at the Fair Park Coliseum in Lubbock, Texas, which sounds terrible. The main event on this show is actually Bobby Lashley versus a guy named Carl Noth. Bobby Lashley was a popular wrestler that went to MMA.
For people that are out of the country, Lubbock, Texas is historically known as a shithole.
Oh,
and
it's
it's
a dump.
so
Sorry,
shitty.
Texas, but
it's
Lubbock
so
sucks.
shitty that country singers sing about it as a shit gig.
Yeah. It's Lubbock
my life was on the skids. I was living in Lubbock, Texas. That's the shit.
Lubbock and Amarillo could fight to the death for shittiest town. Isn't Lubbock where Neil Diamond was in the jazz singer, where they went and found him singing in a little bar with a huge cowboy hat on after he disappeared from L.A.? All right, love on the rocks.
Nothing. You can say the word
surprises.
Lubbock describing anything.
You can,
and I'll
doesn't
just
sound good.
assume it's shit. Would you like a Lubbock beer? A Lubbock's beer? No, I would not.
I don't want anything from Lubbock. Thank
That's
you.
very cheap,
Piss
I'm
water.
sure.
No. On this card, Cody fights Ada Nielsen Clementino.
Yeah.
He's a big guy, 6'7", 261-pound. Big son of a bitch. 6-5 career record for Clementino. Cody wins with a TKO with punches in a minute 45 of round
He's
one.
a punching motherfucker.
He's a punching dude. It's odd because he comes from a wrestling background, but he really gets into.
Except for when he fights his dad.
Except for when he fights his dad. But he throws punches a lot, and most of his wins come from punches. And I watched him. He's a good striker. He got a good hard punch. You can tell. He can throw. Now, February 11th, 2012. Jesus, this fucking guy, man. Probation and parole officers conduct a home visit to Cody's address and discover that he is not residing there, even though he says he's residing there in the court documents, and he needs to be residing where he says he is for this whole thing. So February 13th, 2012. In addition to this, there's also several other instances that are documented where he wasn't staying at his approved address, so he's ordered to appear at
his mistakes are so dumb.
They're so dumb. He's told to come to probation and parole office on the Monday after that, where he's placed under arrest and taken back to jail, where he fucking belongs.
Where we'll know where you live.
Where we will know where the fuck you live. He serves a grand total of 3 days in jail from that. So he's going, but he's sitting there in jail, and I don't know, would you even process this if you're him? That's the thing.
I mean, he hasn't processed anything yet.
Is it just in and out? Is it like being drunk and just kind of you're just floating by, like you fall down, you get up, you don't notice your legs bleeding? Like, is that what it is?
I can't figure for the life of me.
His whole life just a weird alcohol haze.
He's dumb. He's very dumb and dense, and he doesn't absorb what normal people absorb.
No,
at all.
That's the thing. He's just sitting in jail like an asshole constantly, in this gray cell,
staring at a brick wall, trying to gather. How did I get here? Why am I?
What the fuck did I do here?
What am I here for?
It's weird, too. And then the one day, like, the door opens, he thinks it's a new cellmate, and it's Dexter Manley, interior decorator from New York City. And he says, how is it you've come to arrive here? Why are you here? What you doing? You got parents they take care of you, but you don't matter to you. You hip tossing girls all over the place. Why? You want to hip toss somebody, darling? You come hip toss me, big guy, because I'll tell you what, I could take a hip toss now. Not like these little 15-year-old girls. You come see Dexter Manley if you want somebody that could take something, if you know what I mean. By the way, we need to fix this up in here. It's very drab in here. It's very drab. I need to get some. If we could put a drape on that, I gotta go. Never mind. I'm sorry. And poof, and a puff of glitter and purple smoke. He's gone.
Before he can call him a fag.
Yeah, Cody was just a bit hit that he was like,
what are you doing here? Where'd you go?
See, that's the thing. And Cody was pissed too because he's like, this is why I like calling people gay. This is what I do. I'm a meathead and I call people gay and I make fun of gays. So I really wanted to make fun of that guy, even though he wasn't specifically explicit about his sexual orientation. I'm pretty sure he might be gay. I don't know.
He told me he'd take it.
I don't know if he meant a hip toss. He's very ambiguous, this guy. I don't understand it. That's how Dexter Manley gets through life. You don't know about Dexter Manley. You don't know what he does with his life. Maybe he's straight. Maybe he's gay. Maybe it's none of your goddamn business.
That's what it is.
That's right, man. Dexter Manley's his own man. Don't fuck with him. So, March 10th, 2012. He's out of the pokey here, appropriately named. Yep. He's out of the pokey. He's fighting it. King of the Cage. Breakthrough is the event at the River Spirit Event Center in Tulsa, Oklahoma, where dreams come true.
You betcha.
He fights Jeff Carriman, who is a big guy, 6'6", 250, an 0-2 career record for him. Boy. So they are lining up the pros for him. This is his first fight, Jeff Carriman. Cody wins by submission with an arm triangle choke, which is that a
it's a triangle. Yeah.
An arm triangle? How do you... Okay, never mind. I'm not going to get into it. At 252 in round 3. Yeah. It's a weird name of a move. I don't like it.
Like that, James. It's a triangle.
Oh, with your arm, not with their arm. No. Gotcha. So it's a fucking... So it's a chin lock? Right. You're fucking putting someone in a sleeper hold. Yeah. Sorry, MMA. You're putting someone in a Hulk Hogan sleeper hold. You can fucking goddamn call it. You're using Adrian Adonis' finishing move. Do you understand that? That's not fair. Only 80s wrestling fans will get that. Anyway, Gorilla Monsoon would get very excited. Oh, there it is. Okay, so he's fighting this idiot. Yeah. He submits him in round 3, so it takes a while. 252 in round 3. That was on March 10th. Very next month, April 14th. We have King of the Cage, Bad Intentions 2. Yeah. It's at the WinStar World Casino in Thackerville, Oklahoma.
You betcha.
Where anything good happens, really. That's where it all happens, in Thackerville, Oklahoma.
Is the Midwest New York City.
I was going to say, I believe they call that the Sunset Strip of the Midwest, I believe, of the Bible Belt.
It's very Fifth Avenue.
Definitely.
It's so cosmopolitan.
This is such an amazingly prestigious event that Cody's already in a main event here.
Holy shit.
Against a guy named Tony Lopez, who's 55 and 25
I thought
career.
you were going to say who was 15.
No, he's 15 years old. He's a girl, and he's been drinking heavily since 9 a.m. Cody hip-tossed him twice. Was arrested by the cops and the fight's over.
Hilarious.
They called it a no contest. Tony Lopez is 55 and 25 career. He's a big guy, 6'5", 243. Cody actually loses this fight. 1 minute 16 seconds in round 3 with a TKO of punches. It stopped. That's his first loss. He has a daughter in 2012, which obviously this guy needs a daughter. I want to give him control of fragile young lives, especially female.
You
really
can call
want him
her
to have
Cody.
Those. God.
Is this a junior?
Yeah, well, if he had a son, he'd end up being a fucking rapist probably anyway, so it's probably better it's a daughter. Less likely to murder
people.
people.
This may soften him right up and be when he goes to throw a punch at a girl, he sees his daughter's face.
You want to find out? Let's find out. Let's find out in a little while what he does. It's coming, don't worry. So you want to find out what happens? That's the greatest part. Yeah. We'll know it by the end of this. We're going to know. September 21st, 2012, at King of the Ring Heavy Duty. Mm-hmm. It's at the River Spirit Casino in Tulsa. He fights Kinney Spotwood, who's a 6 foot tall, 226-pound guy. That's a little dude fighting him, man. That's oof, man. He's a big guy to be fighting.
100 and how much?
He's 226.
Oh, 226.
He's only 6 foot tall too, so he's got a lot. He's got
He's a midget.
He's got 40 pounds and 4 inches on him. So that's a lot in the fight game. This guy is 3-2 career for Spotwood is. Cody wins by submission with a rear naked choke in 1:15 of round 1. So pretty much as soon as he could get his hands on him, he choked him out, and that was that. So there's an interview in 2012 here where, they're talking to him about his violence. And the question is, coming from that wrestling background, how much fun was it when you finally got to put your hands on someone? Shockingly, his answer wasn't, well, this wasn't the first time I put my hands on someone. I have hip-tossed young girls for years now. I'm very, very prolific at it.
Let me tell you about this alleged rape that happened.
Let me tell you. But let's find out what he's actually said in their own words.
Yeah.
Quote, "At first, I would just take people down and I would forget you could punch him. And then my coach would be screaming at me, punch him. So I started punching him, started adding more and more, and got my boxing coach and my kickboxing coach. So now I'm pretty well rounded."
How do you train to fight and then as soon as you get in the ring, forget that you can punch
you're
people?
allowed to punch.
You forget how to fight?
That's why you train.
That's crazy.
What the fuck?
That's
He's
like
not
Muhammad Ali walking in there and starting just insulting people. And they're like, no, you can punch him. I can?
I can't shit. Oh, this is
That's
great.
Crazy.
This is I thought I just had to talk shit and make him leave voluntarily. All right, well,
I thought I was just going to call him fat and tell him he's ugly.
I was trying to embarrass him. I thought that was the deal here. December 8th, 2012, King of the Cage Unification. River Spirit Casino in Tulsa. He fights Clementino again, same guy. Cody, same result, wins with punches, TKO at 1 minute 45 seconds of round 1.
It's a terribly named fight, by the way. Like, that's the opposite of what you want to do. Unification. You want to knock somebody out and fucking...
I think it was of titles, like unifying titles.
I got you.
That sort of thing.
Right.
Yeah, unification, like they're going to come together and find some common ground and sing Kumbaya after they punch each other's faces off.
They're going to solve some political differences, maybe some racial divide. They're going to get this country together.
We'll see.
Through punching each other in the fucking face.
I think if anyone can do it, it's Cody. January 19th, 2013, at the Talking Stick Resort in Scottsdale.
Oh, what?
Which is barely in Scottsdale. Yeah. The Talking Stick Resort in Scottsdale.
The fucking Indian reservation.
Technically Scottsdale. Yeah. That's how they listed it here. It's King of the Cage Regulators. He fights Lolohea Mahi.
Lola?
Lolohea Mahi.
Okay.
Lolohea Mahi. I assume he is a short black man from East
Compton?
Coast City, I'm going to say, probably.
He's clearly
probably
from Philly.
not. He is definitely an island person. Yeah. This guy's 6-2-1 coming into the fight. He's actually still fighting Lolohea. He's 10-4-1 currently.
All right.
Cody wins in 3 minutes and 1 second of round 1 with a TKO with punches. So he's feeling good about his punching ability. He's feeling cocky. So what's he do on March 23rd, 2013? He takes a crack at boxing. Get out of MMA, straight boxing. Fights at the Sunset Station in San Antonio. He fights Angelo Gutierrez, who's 2-1. Cody wins it with a first-round knockout. It is Gutierrez's last fight. He wins 2, loses to Cody, retires.
I'm done.
He's retired several people here. Big right uppercut knocks him on his ass. I mean, it was just looked outmatched, the guy.
He's a legit fighter. He can punch.
He'll punch the shit out of you, Cody East. No, he's a tough son of a bitch. May 25th, 2013, more boxing at the Pueblo Convention Center. He fights Joey Montoya, 9-5-3 lifetime. Wins TKO very,
Pueblo,
very
Colorado,
early again.
Or like some Pueblo in Texas?
I think this is actually New Mexico.
Oh, okay.
The Pueblo Convention Center. I think it's a city in New Mexico for some reason. June 22nd, 2013, King of the Cage again. He's back in the cage. He's done boxing for right this minute. It's King of the Cage, East versus West. It's the Sunshine Theater in Albuquerque.
Did he fight Kanye West?
I wish. God, that'd be great. Wouldn't that
East
be fun?
versus West? That'd be brilliant.
I would love that.
Yeah.
That would be amazing. This guy just drunkenly pummeling Kanye West while Kanye tries to tell Cody how wonderful Kanye is. That'll be amazing. Listen, you don't want to be hitting me because my face is beautiful.
Right.
Cody's
Let me tell you about Beyonce. She's amazing.
She's amazing. Cody's in the main event against Nick Rossborough. This guy I want to see beat because his self-given nickname, which we always love those, is, quote, the Slim Shady of MMA.
Fuck you.
Go fuck yourself. He's a big, fat, 6'5", 265-pound fuck with a 26-20-1 career record.
There's nothing slim about you. Forget about Shady.
Nothing.
What the fuck?
You provide shade, sir. That's what you do for shade.
You're Fat Shady. You're Fat Shady.
Fat shade giver.
For when it's sun out. You asshole.
This fight goes the distance, 5 rounds. Cody wins by unanimous decision, and it gets him attention here. He's in there's a big article, the MMA Suns 2014 prospect highlights. Okay. So they're highlighting the next prospects for the big year. The number 9 heavyweight is Cody. They say about him, Cody can be super aggressive on his feet, especially early on in a fight. Often his punches come from his hips, so his punching technique would not be defined as crisp. Nevertheless, he is effective.
There are so many places in there for them to talk about how he beats up girls.
There's so many. His hip toss technique is solid.
Fucking, what was the first sentence?
He can be super aggressive on his
around
feet, especially
15-year-olds when they're drunk.
Especially when his father has provided him alcohol. Jesus Christ.
Fucking hell.
He fights December 6th, 2013. It's at the Fresquez Productions Havoc show. It's on the Route 66 Casino in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Main event of this fight was Holly Holm. Holly Holm versus Angela Hayes. Cody fights Estevez Jones, who sounds like a blaxploitation movie character from the 70s. Doesn't he?
That is maybe the greatest word ever.
It's fucking,
that's so funny.
It is. It's so total, like,
blaxploitation.
Estevez Jones got the neighborhood hooked on that junk, man. We got to stop him. You know what I'm saying? He'd be selling that junk to everybody. Sold my little brother and it killed him.
Estevez Jones.
Died with a needle in his arm because of Estevez Jones. Estevez tries to tamper down the blaxploitationist by calling himself, his nickname is Quiet Riot. It's like, everybody calm down.
Calm down, everybody. I'm going to name myself after an
shitty
80s
hair band. Let's do it.
I'm going to walk into We're Not Going to Take It. You guys ready? On the count of 3. We're not going to take it.
He probably does, too.
Yeah, you're goddamn right he does.
2 fights in a row. He's fought in Slim Shady and Quiet Riot in 2 fights in a row. It's amazing. Beating his way through the record industry. This guy's 6'2", 205, so a lot lighter. Cody's got 60 pounds on him. He's 8-7 career.
His next opponent is Rat.
Next opponent is Winger. That's who he's fighting. The lead singer of Winger.
That's funny because the 80s bands are fucking great for nicknames.
Oh, they're hilarious.
Can you, like, all of them? Like Skid Row?
Yeah.
That's great. That's a great nickname.
That is a great nickname.
That's terrific.
Poison?
Fuck yeah.
It's a good one.
Fucking Motley Crue.
It's a good name. Cody wins by TKO with knees and punches. So he's fucking pummeling him with any limb he can throw. 1:51, 1 minute 51 seconds of round 1. By the way, this is blaxploitation Estevez Jones. He's going back to the neighborhood to sell junk because this is his last fight. He retires Estevez Jones.
Another one.
Retires him October 17th, 2014, LFC 36. That is Legacy Fighting Championships at the Allen Event Center in Allen, Texas. It's just a guy named Allen's Dusty Ranch, I feel like. You all can fight in my ranch. You're like, thanks, Allen. This is the Allen Event Center in Allen, Texas. Cody's the main event fighting.
Feed the hogs while you're out there.
Somebody do it when you're done with your fight now. This is good. Pay your way. Pull your weight. That's what I'm trying to get for. Do your share. He fights in the main event, Cody does, versus Vernon Wells, who's 4-3 career. Cody wins by TKO with punches, 3 minutes and 26 seconds of round 1. Guess what? This is Lewis's last fight.
Really?
Again, retires Lewis, too. So he's just going on a course of...
Lewis? I thought you said Vernon Wells.
Vernon Lewis. Vernon Wells is a baseball player that played for the Blue Jays for years. Did I say Vernon Wells? Yeah. If I see Vernon at sports, I automatically think Vernon Wells. He fought the ex-Blue Jay center fielder Vernon Wells to a TKO.
Vernon Wells sounded like
terrible.
Did he take his glasses off before this fight?
He also beat Joe Carter after that. Fuck, man.
And Jay Bell came out. It was the fucking...
He beat Kelly Gruber really, really bad from the 80s. That's a deep. So far, you've got an
Kelly
Adrian
Gruber.
Adonis and a Kelly Gruber reference in this whole thing.
No podcast on earth is talking about Kelly Gruber.
No, and fucking who else? Yeah, no.
Vernon Wells?
Vernon
Never.
Wells,
Never coming
Kelly
up.
Gruber, and Adrian Adonis, and what his finishing move is. Not at the same time. It's never happening. So, January 22nd, 2015, he does an interview, Cody does, saying he just wants to box.
Yeah.
By the way, the last fight where he fought Wells, that was for the vacant Legacy Fight Championship heavyweight belt. So he's the heavyweight champion of these people. And he's saying he just wants to box. He's in MMA, he's 9-1.
Yeah.
But, you know, he's like, I'm just thinking about boxing. He likes working with his hands. His boxing coach says, quote, he's the guy. He's very, very smart now that he is intelligent about his fighting. I am trying to bring back the head movement that's kind of been lost in the heavyweight division. He says... Cody says, in their own words, quote, I'm going to stick to boxing. I still have a contract with Legacy, so I have to fulfill my agreement with them. But after July, I will be focusing more on boxing. I have my wife, my daughter, and another daughter on the way. Yep. I coach high school wrestling team, Valley High School, trying to give back to the community.
Yeah, keep that guy around high school kids.
I go to juvenile detention centers and talk to kids because a lot of people haven't been there, and I have been there. You just need to fight through it, and if I can do it, they can do it.
God damn it, he needs to stay. What's his fascination with fucking high school kids?
I don't know.
What
That's
is
the thing.
this?
He needs to be around them and in physical confrontations with them.
Yeah.
It's so weird. January 24, 2015 is another boxing match here. Buffalo Thunder Casino.
Fuck yeah.
In Poac, New Mexico. Wow.
Yeah.
Holy shit. That is
POWOC or some shit?
POJOAQUE.
Fuck you.
Exactly.
That's the town.
I gave it the best I
That's
can.
the best college
if you
try
tweet me
ever.
with the real pronunciation,
Don't
I will
give a shit.
fucking block you. I swear to God. No, I won't block you. I'm going to find out where you are and harass you. I'm going to troll you on Twitter constantly if you do this.
I'll find you on Facebook.
Oh, you're going to be a fucking nightmare.
Get so many horrible
and I'll turn
pictures.
my minions on you, and we have tons of them. Don't make me turn Jay Wedbetter on you because he's an asshole when he wants to be. Goddamn.
Hilarious.
Moving on here, he fights Manuel Easton, who was 2-5-1 at the time. He's still fighting Manuel Easton. He just lost by TKO in 2017, so he's going good here. March 21st, 2015, he's back in MMA. Legacy FC number 40 at Wild Bills in Duluth, Georgia, which, you know, that's classy. This is for the Legacy Championship. He beats Bryce Ratani Coe. His record is now 10-1. Coe is 4-3. This is Coe's second to last fight.
Okay.
So he's thinking about it. This put the idea in his head.
Planted it.
Also in 2015, his probation's up.
Oh.
So he's
free
off
man.
probation, free and clear, has another daughter.
Oh, boy.
In 2015 here. So he's got two kids now, two daughters. He's laying bricks during the day.
Jesus.
Also because these Legacy FC fights are not paying the bills, apparently, with two daughters. Yeah. So he's laying bricks during the day. I don't know if it's with his dad, the construction guy, or what. But November 21st, 2015 is GKO 5.
He has turned himself around.
He has.
He's got two jobs. He's got a day job and chasing a dream.
Good now,
Killing
right?
it.
Everything's going to be fine. I think, you know what? This is all going to be a bright story from now on. I'm proud of him, too. I think everything's going to be fine from now on.
In case you're listening, we're proud of you. Your father probably never said it because you punched him in the mouth.
Yeah.
But we're proud of you.
This, from now on, crime and sports usually very negative. For the rest of the show, nothing but positive, right?
I love it, yeah.
Oh, okay. That never happened. This episode would be over if there was no more bad. So this is Global Knockout 5. This is at the Jackson Rancheria Casino Resort in Jackson, California, which sounds like it's just a building in the middle of the fucking desert.
Yep.
He fights a guy named, God damn it, Cody fights Roy Boughton, better known as Black Dynamite.
Jesus.
Another blaxploitation character. I think the other guy was in the movie Black Dynamite. I think that's what happened. Black Dynamite starring Estevez Jones. That's what I want to see right there.
Unbelievable.
Boughton is 14-8. Cody wins by submission with punches. I don't know how that works. I guess the guy just gave up because everywhere I looked for like the time and round of this fight, 8 different sites, it all says 000 of round 0.
Wow.
So I don't know if they got in there. Cody was warming up shadow boxing. The guy said, never mind.
Can't
or what.
do it.
I don't know what
Did
the fuck
you see
it
those
is.
punches?
Yeah, exactly. 2016, there's a huge fluff video on him.
Okay.
fluff video on him. Coaches are praising him, saying, how is he not in the UFC? Everyone says the UFC guys aren't as good as him. The whole deal.
Most of them don't have records like his.
Like, deep like that. He has an, in their own words in this video, in their own words, quote, yeah, I've had some ups and downs. Got in a little bit of trouble when I was younger, 17, 18 years old. People counted me out, saying he ain't never going to be nothing. He's always going to mess up. I just stayed focused on my goal, show everyone I'm a good person.
Okay.
That's what he says.
Okay.
February 5th, 2016, LFC 51 Legacy Fighting Championships. This is at the Grand Casino Hinckley in Hinckley, Minnesota. Okay. He is fighting. It might as well be Paris, Madrid. Yeah, like that's where London. That's where he's fighting. Tokyo.
This is his Rio.
This is his Rio. At this fight, there is a very special guest. Dana White is there. Dana White, if you're not a sports fan, is the guy who...
President of the UFC.
Owner, so if you want to be in UFC, this is the guy to talk to.
That's the guy to impress.
White was there filming an episode of his show, Dana White Looking for a Fight, where he's looking for new fighters.
Yeah.
On the IMDb, it says about this, quote, when Dana White took over UFC in 2001, one of the new UFC president's first tasks was to scour the MMA backwaters, searching for undiscovered talent to sign to the UFC.
Backwaters.
The backwaters.
Yeah, that's where you find them.
He's going to be him, and he's going to be with his childhood friend Nick the Tooth. Oh. That's his name.
He's got one tooth.
Yeah, interesting. That's it. One. So this is the fight. Cody recalls that there was a lot of pressure on him because he knew that Dana White was in the building, which I would assume. So we have it in their own words about that. In their own words, quote, I had heard Dana was probably going to go out there. I fight every fight like I'm being watched. Every fight matters just the same to me. I went out there and performed and did what I did, and it got me the contract. I was lucky enough to fight and show that Dana White was in the audience, and I had a 40-second knockout. By the time I left the locker room, I had a contract.
Wow.
Maybe everything happens for a reason, because, yes, he knocks the shit out of this guy.
That's the equivalent of a comic having somebody from Just for Laughs in the audience, and you get new faces.
That's exactly what it was. This is against Kevin Asplund, who's a 260-pound guy here who's 17-11. 40 seconds with head kicks and punches.
Wow.
He just pummels the shit out of this guy. Watch the fight. He pummels him. Dana White signs him immediately. They show like the interaction. He comes up and he's like, hey, man, let's get this going. Man. I'd like to get you in there. Let's get this contract going. And Tyler's like, I'm ready to go. Cody's like, I'm ready to go. I want to call him Tyler so fucking bad. So, UFC signs Cody. Cody is going to face, in his first fight, he's going to face Walt Harris, who's a 7-4. He's 7-4 in MMA total at UFC 197, which takes place in the MGM Grand Garden Arena in Las Vegas, Nevada.
Undercard of who?
Baby. It is the undercard of... John Jones is in the main event.
Okay.
You know that. So John Jones is in the main event. He's going to be against Walt Harris in the undercard. Cody's confident. He says he's just going to start taking care of business in the heavyweight division.
Yeah.
This Harris guy is just first on the list, and then he's going to start working toward his goal of being the shit.
All right.
He says, in their own words, quote, I'm one of the younger guys in the division. I feel like if UFC wants me to come in here and clean up the trash, I'll do that.
Holy shit.
Whatever they want. If they want me to take out these guys hanging on by a thread, whatever, trash in the UFC for a while, I'll take them out. Last second fights, and move me up, I'll take it. If they want to move me up right away to fight these top guys, I'm ready for that too. I'm just here to show my place in the division and eventually one day take over.
Wow.
Yeah,
he's calling his fucking opponent trash.
Trash. He's calling a shot, basically. He's pointing the center field wall here.
Fuck yeah, he is.
He starts training with John Jones, which I think makes him feel a little bigger than he is.
Yeah.
This event, by the way, was the first one that UFC wanted to hold at Madison Square Garden in New York City, but this was when it was going through the court process, and a judge had put a preliminary injunctions, so they had to do it in Vegas.
You should never want to do that there anyway. In Vegas, it's like... so many people come there. You want that. I would want the Vegas lights to be fought under anyway.
Why not? It seems like it's for gambling too. Now
the audience constantly flips over. You'll never have the same people at your fight.
Now, it's February 27, 2006. There are articles everywhere about why UFC would sign such an asshole. Basically, like, why are you signing this asshole? Jason House, who's Cody's manager, responded to the article saying, "quote The UFC conducted an extensive background check on Cody before offering him an opportunity to compete in the UFC.
Very good.
UFC defends Cody. too. They issue a full response. It says, quote, from the beginning, Mr. East was very upfront with UFC regarding his past. In light of Mr. East's history, UFC had an independent investigation conducted into his past and current behavior. Included in the investigation was a response from East's former probation officer supporting his opportunity to compete in UFC and commenting that he would in fact be a good candidate. So they're saying he's completed many runs of rehabilitation and counseling, they go on to say, and they felt comfortable. The last sentence, UFC feels comfortable offering Mr. East the opportunity to compete in UFC.
Yeah.
I'm good now.
UFC says he's good now.
Yeah, and they talk about a couple other fighters that were recently denied. One guy was denied in 2012, Travis Brown, because he had a 2008 guilty plea for fourth-degree assault and sexual harassment, which is way less than this guy did. And also there was another one where a guy was discharged from the Air Force for domestic violence and his wife, and they said, they don't really like the domestic violence thing.
He had one that sexual harassment was dismissed?
No. This was a guy who pled to a fourth degree assault and sexual harassment.
Oh, okay.
4 years before he was going to sign.
And this guy was acquitted of fucking rape.
And this guy was acquitted of rape. And these fucking fans are pissed.
Yeah.
Okay. There's some fucking irony here that pisses me off. So I get the fans. You want to see a good fight, but you want fearless fighting psychopaths.
Right.
But you want good, upstanding psychopaths.
Yeah.
You
want good, upstanding citizens.
Yeah. No.
They're only crazy in the ring.
No, sorry. You go out there, you get fucking beat up, you're fearless, you get a bunch of brain damage and walk around, don't cause any trouble. You want the fucking crazies.
Yeah.
Let them fight from prison. I don't give a shit. I'm serious. Let them fight. Give the money to the victims. I don't give a shit. Make them fight. Don't even fucking offer it. Just make them fucking do it.
You want a guy that's walking around with padlock chains.
Yeah.
And then you're surprised that he goes fucking nuts in public.
But at least that you're embracing the psychos.
Right.
This is bullshit. This is feigned fucking moralism where you're sitting there going, I want psychopaths. I really want to see him tear his fucking head off. They love it when somebody snaps somebody's leg or arm or somebody gets knocked out cold, but they're like, hey, I don't like that he grabbed a woman's ass, or I don't like. You don't care. You don't give a shit. You're watching these people give each other fucking brain damage.
Fucking commit
for
to
5
your
minutes
shit.
at a fucking time. Oh my God, Jesus, that just makes me so fucking mad because they don't care about anybody else, but they act like they do. Now because they can feel better about themselves. Go fuck yourself. Anyway, so Cody is 12-1 coming into this fight against Walt Harris here. Yeah. Harris is 7-4. It was pretty even at first. Harris is pretty aggressive in the beginning. Basically, it's just a brawl. These guys are going back and forth. Harris hurts East with a punch and just gets him on the ground and starts whooping on him a little bit. Cody's attempting to defend himself, but he's eating punches like crazy. Yeesh. And finally, it's called off at 4 minutes and 18 seconds in round one.
Ouch.
Harris says he thinks he broke his hand, but pain is temporary and joy is forever. So he sounds like he is excited.
Broke his hand on his fucking face.
On his face, on Cody's big, stupid, bald head. Cody had a 9-fight winning streak coming into the fight. Harris made himself $20,000 plus a $10,000 win bonus. And Cody made $10,000 for the fight.
So low.
That does not sound low. That is, you need to be laying some bricks too on the side with that. So I mean, we're looking at this now. This guy, he starts out a menace to teenage girls, ruined his fucking school's reputation. Yeah. Silver-haired, middle-aged white men disappointed them from the end of time. That Judge Pope has got to be super. He's got to be just disappointed in his whole entire existence. But now he's coming up. He's doing fine. All of this shit now, there's women, there's people, he stomped his dad. I feel bad for all these people, Jimmy, all these people, but not nearly as bad as I feel for Cody East, a line cook at the Hollywood Casino of Baton Rouge, which sounds glamorous in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. Oh, you know it. Cody East, a welder at JCV in Wichita, Kansas, which, again, glamorous. Cody East, a Winnipeg, Canada area accountant. He's an accountant at Grant Thornton LLP He went to the University of Manitoba. So.
Or an acquitted rapist.
Or an acquitted rapist. You never know. And you wouldn't know until about page 8 which one you were looking for if you were looking for a good accountant in the Winnipeg area.
Jesus.
You'd be like, you got to search deep. You're like, wow, my accountant's been beating people. He tried to rape a girl. He hip-tossed a 15-year-old. Good Lord. And finally, Cody East, owner-operator of a Meridian Lake Enterprises construction company up in Canada. Weird thing with Cody. He tweets, but his Twitter is boring. All he does is tweet like MMA shit. Yeah. You know, like
retweets it.
A lot of retweets of MMA pages, a lot of just like tweets like so-and-so versus so-and-so should be a good fight. Like that's boring. He doesn't do anything exciting. His last tweet is on May 16th, 2016. Okay. Since then he's done nothing but retweet shit. MMA shit. Just retweet.
If you follow the same people he follows, you don't even have to fucking read his Twitter feed.
And I'm sure they all do. It's all MMA shit.
Yeah.
His last tweet is cryptic as shit. I don't know what this means. It's just, quote, 7830-4877-4593. No clue what the fuck that number is.
That's
no
like
idea.
The first 12 of his credit card. And if you have the last 4,
you can do it. Or it's the last 12.
Yeah.
You need the first 4. I don't know what the hell is going on here, but that's what it is. I don't know if it's like some sort of a phone number for like Africa or somewhere really far, another continent. It doesn't matter. On October 1st, 2000...
It's a phone number a girl gave him that didn't want him to talk to him.
And he's like, who did this? I'm going to hip toss him. So on October 1st, 2016 is UFC Fight Night 96 at the Moda Center in Portland, Oregon. He fights Curtis Blades, that's with a Y, Blaydes. He's a 6'4", 265-pounder with a 5-1 record in MMA. This is his UFC debut for Blades. They fight. This is a nasty fight. These guys, they're up and down. Yeah. They're taking each other down. They're
a good fight.
Punching. It's a good fight for heavyweights. It's active. Yeah. It's really good. By the beginning of the second round, they came out. They both looked tired. It was one of those where the first round looked like it drained them both.
They're gassed already.
Yeah. Cody lands a good punch, and then Blades takes him down and just starts pummeling Cody with punches and short elbows and just wailing on him in his face. Cody tries to get up. Blades is just short elbows to the back of the head like nobody's business.
It's fucking legal.
It's legal. Leaves a giant, big, nasty lump on the back of his head. This big, gross egg that I'm sure caused more brain damage than he already has. It's a TKO from elbows at 2 minutes and 2 seconds in round 2. So he is now 0-2 in UFC here. So he's not doing terrific in UFC at this very moment in time. He's, I would say that's bad. You're 0-2. You haven't exactly set the world on fire. Amateur, he's great, and in the lower ones, he's great, but he's losing to guys who aren't even that great here. The guys are, mediocre fighters here. He says, but he's staying strong. This is what we have in their own words from Cody here. Cody says, in their own words, quote, "What I've learned from my experience is that one mistake can cause a lot of damage. You don't have to become the person that people make you out to be. Doesn't matter what anybody says about you or what they think about you. Just do you. That's what I did, and now I'm here. I've beat rape charges. Yeah. I've done me, and I've done people against their will, and I prefer me, apparently."
Done people against their will.
Jesus.
Then he says, do you, boo-boo. That's his advice.
Do you, boo. Yeah.
That's his advice for the world.
Thanks. Guys, don't take life advice from this guy. Let's just say that.
No.
October 21st, 2016, 13 fighters are released from their UFC contracts, including Cody. He is out. That he gets 2 fights, and they're like, nah, no thanks. Screw you. And a bunch of other guys that I've never heard of at all. Cody is depressed. Obviously, it's October 21st, 2016. This happens now. He's jobless. He has no UFC contract anymore, and he has a little problem on December 18th, 2016, when he has a big fight with his girlfriend at 2 o'clock in the morning. Cody's girlfriend locked him out of their home. They had an all-day argument, which I assume they've been drinking since 9 probably. He'd hip-tossed her a couple of times. All-day argument, and she feared that he would hit her. So she locked him out.
Yeah.
He broke in through the living room window.
Oh, fuck.
Aggressive as shit. Took away her cell phone and refused to return it, which is a crime right there. You're not allowed to do that. And accusing her of attempting to call the police. Yeah. Gee, how dare you?
Sir, that's the crime.
Yeah.
You just admitted to the crime.
Yeah, and it's funny because it's like, what the? Of course you would call the police. You're a giant lunatic trying to break in the fucking window. You're a fighter.
Who's fighting right now?
So, yeah, or was anyway when someone wanted to pay him to.
No, fighting her.
Oh, fighting her. Yeah. She tried to hide in the bathroom, but he, of course, bursts in there and corners her in the bathroom. This is when it gets nasty. Okay, it hasn't even gotten nasty yet. He then kicks her multiple times in both legs. He's leg kicking her like he's fighting. When she goes down, he knees her in the head.
Oh, fuck.
Slaps her in the chin, slaps her in the face, and then drags her. Okay. He also kicked a hole in the wall when he missed her one time.
Fuck.
So he's just aggressively swinging, going crazy. This is flashbacks of the drinking party in 2007 here. He then grabbed her by the hair, pulled her toward the front door, where he told her that she was going to leave with him or he was going to kill her son. That's what he said.
Those are the options?
Her 10-year-old son that lives in the house.
Options.
Those are shit options. Come with me. I beat you and drag you by the hair, or I'll kill your child. Okay? So also, too, the son was there, and he backs the whole thing up, too.
Yeah.
He went and hid.
Yeah.
He said that he was in his room when he heard Cody say he was going to kill him, so he ran to the back of his bedroom and hid in a closet and waited for the cops to come. But before Cody could get into the bathroom when she initially ran away, she did get to call 911.
Great.
And, it's crazy, this 911 call, too, because I've heard
You heard it?
I heard it.
Boy.
It's not cool, man. We'll get into it in a second. The report also stated that the 911 operator, and we'll hear it in a little bit. We'll not hear the call, but I'll tell you about it. Said that there was yelling in the background. She could hear a physical struggle, and the caller was screaming for help, and you could hear a loud bang, and then the call was disconnected.
Oh, shit.
I assume that's him breaking in the door to the bathroom and him getting off. The next door neighbor of the couple said that after hearing all this banging and screaming, they watched a male, Cody, dragging a female out of the house by her arms while she was, quote, screaming and resisting, and forced her into his truck.
Oh, God.
Police arrive.
Yeah.
When they arrive, Cody and his girlfriend are in his truck.
Good.
About to leave the
Great
house.
Timing.
The police stop the vehicle here, and they see Cody driving, and they see her in the passenger seat, and they said that the woman was, quote, crying and seemed like she was in a physical struggle, according to the officer. She was also only wearing a tank top and underwear with a blanket covering her, so obviously she wasn't going out.
No, that's a kidnapping.
Yeah, Cody tells the cops that he and his girlfriend were just going out to get some coffee.
Just going to go get coffee.
In her underwear.
We got
just
a
gonna hang
10-year-old
out.
in the house.
He said, quote, he didn't know why she wasn't wearing pants, socks, or shoes. That's out of his jurisdiction. I don't control what she puts on her ass.
She can go in Starbucks like that, I think.
Yeah, he said the two were in an argument, and he broke back into the house after she locked him out because it was his home.
Right.
And he said the hole in the bathroom wall, he did that the day before. So that's fine.
Reasonable.
That's perfectly fine. Everybody does that. He also said that he was unaware that his girlfriend was injured, and oh my God, and quote, if he had punched her, deputies would know it. That's what he said.
I'm a fighter, you guys.
Yeah.
You'd know it if I hurt somebody.
When confronted about lying to deputies, Cody stated that nothing happened. That's it. He said nothing happened. I don't know what you're talking about. The case was currently it's open and currently under review, and they're talking about proceeding with the charges, and they proceed with 3 felony charges. He's charged with aggravated battery against a household member, great bodily harm on that one, aggravated assault against a household member, and false imprisonment. He's released on $30,000 bond.
No terroristic threats even for
he's
wanting
gonna
to kill
your
a 10-year-old?
Son. Unbelievable. So this 911 call, she said she was hiding in the bathroom while he was trying to break in. He said that she threatened her with physical violence because this was before he came in rage that she was on the phone. She said, quote, he said he was going to break my face. I'm hiding in the restroom. Please, I have my son here. She pleads with the 911 operator to not, this is so sad. I feel so bad for this woman. She pleads with the 911 operator to not have the police tell Cody that she was the one who made the call. She said, just please say it's somebody else. She said, quote, can you just say that they heard people that were really loud? I'm scared that he knows I called.
Oh, Jesus.
She's fucking he should be scared that the cops are coming and they should be fucking lumping him in the back of his egghead with nightsticks all the way to the goddamn station.
He should already feel like a piece of shit trying to break down a bathroom door.
Unbelievable. She seemed to put the phone down when he was coming in. She told the police that, he broke into the restroom. She screams, quote, he's breaking in. Please, oh my God, he's opening it. I gotta go, please. And that was when she hung up. That was the loud bang because he's coming in. That's how scared this poor woman is. She's drug out by her hair in fear of life of her son into the car. What a fucking... In her underwear. And have this guy going, we're just getting coffee. That's what a sick fuck he is, too. Calm as can be in front of the cops. He's like, nothing happened. We're just going to get coffee. I don't know why she's got no pants on. What the fuck, man?
I need a macchiato.
That's not even a psychopath.
No.
That's guy calculating. This is ridiculous. March 27, 2017, he says he's going to put he's putting MMA on the back burner, and he's got his sights set on making another run in the boxing world.
Jesus.
No, keep it. We're good on your boxing. Thank you. He does have a testimonial up at the Red Phoenix Acupuncture Clinic.
What?
In Albuquerque, they have a huge testimonial from him about how great their acupuncture is. Like, I don't want him advocating for me at all.
Anything that he buys, I don't want to buy.
He keeps talking about it's a whole long thing that I know he didn't write and somebody probably wrote for him.
He beat somebody into submission and made him write it.
That's what it seems like here. Yeah, he's saying I train with professional fighters in Albuquerque and I've got to be ready to spar with world-class athletes on any given day and I can't perform my best on painkillers, so you need acupuncture. Surgery's not an option. Holy shit.
Have you had acupuncture before? You got to wait a couple of days after that shit to go sparring because you're tender. To say the least.
I would imagine.
It's hundreds of needles, and you feel great, but you're sore. You're tender.
It sounds terrible.
I don't want to go box after that shit.
No, it sounds awful. So this fucking idiot's doing testimonials for who would want this guy's opinion on anything. Yeah. So he is currently, because this was so recently. This was December of 2016. This is still going through the courts. He's charged with these things, and we'll see what the hell happens with it. We'll see. We don't have a resolution on it because it hasn't been resolved yet. But I can tell you that he was an asshole from day one, and he's still an asshole. Literally like a pending case asshole at this point in time. Cody East is a fucking mess.
It's pretty awesome that you picked this one this week when we have the McGregor and Mayweather fight.
Gee, it's almost like it was planned that way, huh?
It's a fighter. It's an MMA fighter that's going to box, and it's a little Mayweather with the woman punching,
and a little McGregor just being an idiot. Yeah. Almost like it was planned that way. Jesus Christ, so would you look at that? Yeah, so that is Cody East, and like I said, we'll get to his brother Tyler at some point in the future, but that's Cody.
Now.
He's a mess, this Cody.
Until the update that's coming,
we'll give you. Yeah, when we will update you when he's hopefully convicted of that crime and he can, I don't know, box from jail, like we said. Maybe we can do that. If you like that show, like we said before, please get on iTunes. You can give us 5 stars. Just tell us you're following instructions, following directions. It helps us out tremendously.
Huge.
That is not enough. Please, patreon.com/crimeinsports.
We appreciate it.
Every penny is immensely appreciated, more than we can tell you. Yeah. Also, you can go to PayPal if you want to make a one-time donation there. You can use crimeinsports@gmail.com as our address. We have a great list that Jimmy's going to go over in a second of all these awesome people who have been so nice to us this week.
So great.
Amazing. If you want to get a hold of us otherwise, we are Crime in Sports on Instagram and Twitter, Facebook.com/CrimeInSports, and of course, CrimeInSports@gmail.com. If you want to do that, Jimmy, hit us with the list of these wonderful, heroic human beings.
Holy shit, heroes. Such a list of heroes.
I'm telling you,
many
you have no idea.
From Tanya Ashton to Carmen Ybarra and somebody named Relevant. Don't know. I love it.
Hey, I like it.
Martina Liwalonga.
She's one of my favorites.
She's terrific.
She's so cool. Thank you.
Whitney Alexander, Danielle Belusi, Salvador Carmona, Rachel or Rochelle War, Barbara Pigani, Lil Buckaroo. Digging that one. That's pretty pretty interesting. That's very clever.
I like that.
Yeah. Ashley Voduti. It's got to be. Dana Grayson, Jonas Schmitz. Jonas Schmitz.
Hey, he's got the Schmitz.
Jesus, how did that hit me? So
I don't know. You're delirious.
Yeah. Jennifer Dedrick, Gretchen Oswald, Jennifer Dedrick, or Dedrick, one of the two. Yeah. Jenny Langist, Jordan Neverez, Jay Ringgold, the American hero, William Trendle III, he's a junior's junior. I did that.
Oh, yes.
Ethan Williams, Laura Webb, and Megan Straple or Strapple?
Peck, I think.
Strapik. Yeah,
Strapik.
Yeah, Strapik or Strapik. Either way, she works for BuzzFeed, and she wrote what a fucking article.
She included
so nice
us in her top 5 true crime podcast. Crime and Sports was number 2.
Right.
And Small Town Murder was number 1,
yeah.
baby. So, Megan, we love you so much. Thank you. And she donated to us also.
So sweet.
She's our hero this week. Thank you.
So nice of us. So nice
to us.
Thank you, Megan.
Definitely. We're not nice at all to anybody.
Gabrielle Rabuccio, Chris Brown, Abby Jubert or Joubert.
I hope it's not Jubert.
I want it to be
sounds
Joubert.
like a neo-Nazi video game. Who's playing Joubert with me? Sounds very
Let's
bad.
play some Joubert.
Yeah.
We got a Joubert tournament. Linda Prast, who is our lawyer and jogger extraordinaire. She's fantastic.
Thank you, Linda.
She sent us a gift card for Dairy Queen to get some fucking cheeseburgers.
In addition to her donations and all of her other
amazing.
help. Thank you, Linda.
Thank you, Linda. You're amazing. Paul Kruk and Jess Landgren over in Australia sent us another donation. Thank you, Jess.
Thanks, Jess.
Really appreciate it. Ricky Dickey.
Best.
Ricky Dickey. Kimberly Wilkerson.
Somewhere there's an empty NASCAR. Missing a Ricky Dickey.
Or just sitting in the pit while he's over there on Patreon. Thank you, Ricky. Gisela Kwan, Katie Heisel, Shannon Nicole Rains, Zach Myers and Rachel Myers, and Rachel Myers, not
Thanks,
Myers.
Zach and Rachel.
Yeah, they're in Texas.
Thank you
we
both. Know them.
Christina Tatone, or Tatone, I'm not sure yet. I'll figure it out. Shane Swanky, Ron Beleza, Luis Santos, or Louis. It's probably Louise.
We'll go with Louise.
Luis Santos. Brandon Lee, Sid Early, Rachel Howard. Rachel's terrific. She's always on Twitter.
Yeah.
Thank you, Rachel.
Thanks, Rachel.
And Karen Morgan. Thank you all.
Guys, thank
you.
So
much. You guys...
It's everything.
I can't tell you.
The show continues because of you guys. We can do this.
We'll be
and
here next week because of you.
Because of you guys. So thank you guys so much. You're the ones pushing it. Like we said, it doesn't matter if we have a network or anything else. It's all about you guys. It really is, because nobody else is doing shit for us. So thank you, except for Megan Strapik.
Megan's giving it hell.
Thank you guys so much. You've done everything for us. We really, really appreciate it. Jimmy, where might a nice individual go who would want to talk to you?
You can find me and call me an asshole at @WismanSucks on Twitter, Instagram, and Snapchat. Find me, interact. It's great. The snaps and the tweets, all that stuff keep me going. And I really enjoy interacting with you guys. So thank you very much. And find me, and let's fucking hang out.
Definitely. And I am at Jimmy P is Funny. You can find me there. Or, like I've always said, don't be a hero. You can just cut and paste my last name and find it on Facebook or whatever like that, and we will hang out and talk. But, guys, this has been a wild week, as usual. We've had a few wild ones. Next week's going to be no exception. So I got to say, live from the Crime and Sports Studios, we will see you next week.
Bye!
If you like crime and sports, you can listen early and ad-free now by joining Wondery Plus in the Wondery app or on Apple Podcasts. Prime members can listen early and ad-free on Amazon Music. Before you go, tell us about yourself by filling out a short survey at Wondery.com/survey. Everyone out there should listen to Small Town Murder. You really should, mainly because you never know who's next door. And that's the point of this show, really. You never know who is next door. You never know what's going to happen on Small Town Murder. That's what makes it so wonderful. The only thing you do know is that people are going to die, and we're probably going to make jokes about it. That's it. That's all we can promise you. We dig into these towns. We see what makes them tick, from local legends to scandals they may have had. And, of course, the biggest scandals of all, horrible murders that take place there. And we put what I feel is a completely appropriate comedic spin on the whole thing. And you know you need a laugh right now. So get in there, listen to Small Town Murder. Follow Small Town Murder on the Wondery app or wherever you get your podcasts. You can listen to Small Town Murder early and ad-free right now on Wondery Plus.